Well, hi. It's Thursday, August 6th, 2026. Do you know where your physical media is? I got nothing. I don't rehearse this shit. I just do it. How's everybody doing? It is Turds Day. We're going to talk about some turds today, but we're also going to talk about some rad stuff. A lot to go over. As always, this is mandatory fun. So we have a loose main topic. Yeah, I said loose. You know how it is. And other than that, I want to thank you all for being here. Remember, maximum participation is mandatory, and let's get it.
If I ask you a question right now, will you be completely honest with me?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you have blue hair?
What does it matter? My hair is my hair.
I got her. Yeah, exactly.
You got me what? Colored hair.
I figured you out, exactly.
You didn't get
Okay, let me ask you another question. How many disabilities do you have and that you talk about regularly?
none.
9? Oh my God, it's worse than I thought. More questions. Are you a Democrat?
What does it matter? What does it matter?
Oh, what does it matter? That means you are. Okay, so do you have a nose ring? Oh, got her. She got the septum ring. 100% nailed it.
This is fucking crazy.
I knew it. How many tattoos do you have? It's more than 5.
How many what? How many what?
Tattoos.
Hold on, how many what?
Tattoos.
I have 13. What does it matter?
Ha, nailed it. Nose ring, tattoos, blue hair.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Woo! How's everybody doing? Yeah. Yesterday was fun, huh? 6-hour stream yesterday. Just keep on trucking. Today's not going to be as much of a marathon. Pardon me. I got something to do this evening, and I've already got an alarm set just to remind myself because, again, pardon me. The chat is always king. The chat should always, right, always be acknowledged. And when you guys start leaning into it, it's awesome, and I will lose track of time. Brown Coat, what's up, my dudes? Strolling in. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day. I just got done watching the Ghost Recon stream. It's pretty cool. They made all the new stuff free. You know, that might be the first thing that we talk about. I was doing triple duty earlier. I'm watching my boy Jay Bartlett stream on my phone. I've got the Ghost Recon stream on this screen, and on this screen, I'm editing that very awesome pre-roll that you just watched, which was too hilarious not to put in here. So, yeah, so I had a lot of stuff. How solid is your Metal Gear? It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, whatever. Patrick Strelko, what's up, dude? Oh, crystal clear the history lesson. Let us not forget, December 7th, 1941, Japan started the fuck around portion of the graph, and on August 6th, 1945, they were on the receiving end of the find out part with the portable sun. You know what that is?
It's science, people! Science!
That's right. Thank you, Crystal Clear. Yep. That is accurate. Michael Zimmerman says miserable. Thanks for asking. Hell of a day at work. Nothing to worry about. Well, hopefully your day gets better now. Maybe. Hopefully, maybe. I had to wear the Make Collecting Great Again hat because, you know, we're going to talk about the downfall of physical media by design, things like that. So it was applicable. So yeah. I'm Sheriff Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up, Steven? Steven, it's good to see you, dude. Producer Scott Hughes, I could talk for hours about why streaming is the devil. I thought foosball was a devil. For me, I am mainly concerned with music. I currently have over 3,000 CDs. CDs are superior in both a tangible and technical aspect in every way. There you go, buddy. Yeah, when we get into the actual physical media part, a lot of people, and again, individual results will always vary, but a lot of people think, oh, physical media, talking about games. No, it's way more than just games. Way more than just games. I have some examples right next to me on the old desk, kids. Missed opportunity, dude. How solid is your snake? Zero, what's up, brother? We're talking about Ghost Recon right out of the gate. Crystal Clear says, oh, I need one of those Temu MAGA hats. Look, I say it all the time, kids. I don't know. Maybe I need to like pimp it more, but the link to the merch store is in every description of everything I always do. It's all right there. So, Michael Zimmerman, at home with the pit bull and ferrets. How could it not get better? Dude, that's rad. You got ferrets? I had ferrets when I was younger. They're freaking awesome. Billy D, what's up, my dude? Good to see you. You popping in over from Jay's stream? Is he still going? He better raid me out. I'll choke his ass out. I will go to Canada, choke him. Kenzo says something to do, like watching year end of the agreement. Yeah, I know, man. I did stream for 6 hours yesterday. And then the ma'am came home. It's like work-life balance, dude. I'm trying. Better late than never. Exactly. No, not like that. No, it is. No.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
No, sir. Yeah, we got a good amount of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna have a follow-up on GI Gem. Yeah, we're gonna have a GI Gem follow-up. Talk some Ghost Recon 25th anniversary today. I guess fitting enough, right? Since it's the anniversary of show in Japan, The Sun. Yeah. Then we're going to talk about why you should never trust access media. I'm sure you all know, but I have examples. Obviously, we have the comment of the day, and then we got to talk about physical media, maybe one or two curveballs in there. See how it goes. The fun is mandatory. The topic is not. Toy Odyssey, what's crappening? Good to see you. Oh, yeah. Hey, thank you, Toy Odyssey, doing me a solid. There's a poll in today's chat. No, it is not which one is worse, Kiss or Cold Slither. It didn't really apply to the topic. So if you could go ahead and vote in that poll, let everybody know. Do you prefer physical media? Do you prefer digital? Bit of both? Whatever. Yeah, we're going to get to this in just a second, dude. Toy Odyssey says, by the way, Chad, I sent you a good video on Instagram. Well, I will definitely check that out. Told my friend about GI Gem last night. His eye twitched and he registered an error. You mean like this? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, 66? Good to see you, dude. Wildlands, yes. Wildlands is a 50.8 gigabyte update. Mine did it in like, I don't know, 35 minutes while I was working on all this other. It doesn't take that long. As long as you got decent internet, it'll be fine. See, whenever I want to do, I have to turn away because leave Jim alone. Yeah, exactly. Nico says, I have to wonder if we showed the juice boxes, if you know, you know. If we showed the noses the sun twice, I wonder what kind of effed up anime they'd create. We didn't show them the sun. We gave them that. Fuck that up. Shouldn't have done that. Anyway. Milk Connor says update size of a new game. Well, it's graphical updates. It's you know what? F you guys. You just, you want to force it. Let me show you some forcing. Real quick. Before we do it. Never let anyone dictate do what you do when you do it. Even you guys. Chat is king, but I got to get to this first. Ladies and gentlemen, we should give a big old shout out to Medieval Alchemist for 2 reasons. One, he was first, which, he's adhering to what we're supposed to do. And 2, he was first for the very first time. So congratulations to you, my dude, on everybody remembers their first time. Mm-hmm. And then I had to star this from Kevzilla because damn it, man, I didn't even think about it. Freaking Olivia Newton-John, we could have had that in here. We could have made that the freaking secret word of the day. I fucked that up. I did. I fucked that up. I'll own that 100%. The Chad Mobile is an 82 Cutlass. I don't know, Milk. What do you think the over-under is on that, honestly? I believe you all know what vehicles I drive. No. Dewdog, we're gonna come back around to this in a minute. Not a minute, it'll probably be like an hour, but yeah, we're gonna come back around to that. Yeah, I got some things to say. Crystal clear. I stayed with yesterday's show till my phone died. Yeah, so these two things kind of coincide. We got to talk about something from yesterday, and always listen to the chat. I always entrust all of you to keep me legit. Again, with the Mia Sarah, right? It's legend. No, it's labyrinth, right? That kind of a thing. Sure. No one's infallible, right? We're all human. So, oh yes, there will be goats. There will be goats. Michael Zimmerman, I like when my physical media comes with digital because sometimes you don't want to get up and put a disc in. Okay. I got you. Yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff. There's a couple videos that we're not going to watch all of the videos, but we're going to watch parts of 2 videos. Yeah, toward the end when we wind it down. Is that why their eyes are squinting? Dude, that's terrible. Sometimes I need to pre-read these before I throw them up, man. Yeah. Drop the sun in their lap. Next thing you know, hello, Godzilla. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember my first time. Yeah, we are going to. We did a Buick. I don't have a Buick, man. I did have a Buick, but I had a 58 Buick with a 364 nail head in it. Yeah. And crushed red velvet headliner and seats. Red steel wheels, white wall tires. Fucking awesome car. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I miss that car. What did I miss? You haven't missed anything. We're like 17 minutes in. We're just jaw-jacking. Chad drives a lime green Volvo. Wrong. Chad drives a Subaru. Even more wrong. Zero says Ghost Recon is going to be sweet in 4K, 60 frames per second, and being able to change mission parameters is not. Dude, right? Absolutely. Toyota is a man's vehicle. Why did I read that like the faceless man from from Game of Thrones? Was that intentional? It feels like it was. Yeah. 2 Toyotas and a Ford. Mm-hmm. Zakanin, my work schedule sucks for mandatory fun. Well, that's no fun. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. It has a bumper sticker that reads, I brake for glizzies. That's Ryan's car. That's not me. Ace's Place. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Crappy day yesterday. Sorry I missed the fun. Sorry your day sucked, dude. Glad you're here now. Are you okay? Are you doing okay? Sky Blue Prius. Get fucked. All right. Kevzilla says, I have never had / owned a car in 58 years on this rock. Dude, right on, man. Is that a Ford Pinto or a Ford Puto? Either one is wrong. Sorry. If you wanted to encore the sun from Chad, I'd say he drives a Prius. And now you guys are just talking about cars. You dorks. Anyway. Let's move on. Let's get to this. Hiya. So it's the 25th anniversary of Ghost Recon. Today was their stream. We looked at it yesterday. They had comments on timers because there were thousands of people in there. The very first comment I put in there was put the Predator mission back in the game. And then as soon as they went live, it was like one of the second things they said. But yeah, so what I thought was really cool is that franchise-wide, all Ghost Recon games, but it says select games. So I don't know franchise-wide on select games, whatever. 95% off. If there's some Ghost Recon games that you haven't played, I understand it's not going to be physical media, but that's kind of one of the ways that digital media, you know, if you don't have those older systems and you can't get the discs, you know, get them backwards compatible with digital media. Not everything is so black and white, right? We always talk about that. Anyway, 95% off Ghost Recon games, which I thought was pretty freaking rad. I thought that was awesome. God, this dude looks like... Doesn't he look like Brienne of Tarth? Speaking of Game of Thrones, kind of looks like a skinnier Brienne of Tarth. But Last Rites is the new set of missions, all new enemy types, things like that. So the free update's out now, new story mission. It says mission, but obviously every mission is several, right? It's not just one. 4K 60 frames per second update, graphical improvements, customization options like Zero was talking about. And again, it's an 50.8 gigabyte update. Not a big deal, you know. But, you know, if you're a stand for Ghost Recon Wildlands like I am, especially since the put the friggin' Predator back in. I know so many people that have never even played this mission. Old Jeffy being one of them. So if you never got a chance to play the Predator missions, update the game. I mean, that's all there is to it. So you can make your whole team look like Joe's. Oh, all of the cosmetics are unlocked now too. All of them. Even the cosmetics from the DLCs, which I thought was pretty rad. This game is like 10 years old now, and they're still giving it love. Whose house is burning down? Predator mission, dude. Yeah. Oh, shit, boy. Milk Connor says the Predator missions took him a week. There's ways. There's ways to make it happen. So I'm not going to flex on it, but I beat this dude like a dozen times. So yeah. After a while in the game, you just, you know, you start playing with friends who just picked it up or meeting new friends and like, hey, have you beaten the Predator? No. Okay, well, let's go do it. You know, and then you just keep doing it over and over and over. Yeah. Chad, you have the Future Soldier cloak armor. I sure do. Yep. From the Future Soldier mission. Absolutely. Michael Zimmerman, I would like digital better if it was cheaper. There's no disc, no packaging, no shipping. It should not cost the same, just saying. See, that I don't disagree with. And I would like to get into all these thoughts and stuff once we actually get there. Yeah. And they added new cosmetics. Yep, new cosmetics, new weapons, new skins, all that stuff. Yeah, but everything's unlocked. Remember to thank Tencent. Yeah, no shit. Tencent over Ubisoft. And this is just me, but with the fact that the new game is first person, no one said yes or no on if there's a third person option. I don't want to play a Ghost Recon in first person again. I like the situational awareness. That's just me. But ladies and gentlemen, Blake Tarpley does not want to be here, but he was told it's mandatory. What's up, dude? It's good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing great. Chad, you're gonna love it. Gonna love what? What am I gonna love? This wouldn't have happened if Tencent hadn't bought controlling interest in Ubisoft. No, I absolutely agree. What am I gonna love? Tell me now. Oh, you have to imagine they'll patch in third person if people bitch enough. Maybe. First person works for some stuff. Call of Duty, Doom, etc., etc. Ghost Recon moved to third person for that situational awareness. Yeah, totally agree, dude. Wildlands, you're going to love Wildlands. Oh, you mean the game that I've been playing for 10 years? Hopefully. I take it you mean the updates? Yeah. I got to knock the dust off that game. My muscle memory is all about Helldivers too, so that's gonna take a freaking minute. Last time I fired it up, I couldn't even remember how to rally my troops. I was like just rat fucking that controller. Oh, you're playing the updates right now? Well, I'm busy. I'm doing this, so can't do that. Yeah, so I just thought that was rad. I agree with what Dreadnought was saying. You know, if it wasn't for Tencent, I mean, Ubisoft loves to commit intellectual property suicide. So, yeah, so let's move on. We're going to talk about GI Gem updates. This was put into the 3 POA podcast group. These images were sent to me. I can't remember who sent them. I get sent a ton of stuff. So if you sent them, just, you know, shout it out in the chat. But yeah, so linked my video and said, just linked it and left it. No comment or anything. See, this guy right off the cuff. I'm down for it. This guy, Tim, just said no. Straight up no. And then what did I say? What did I say immediately? The first time we talked about this, what did I say the argument would be? Misfits could be Dreadnoks. You have to think at that like lowest, basest level. And it never fails. It always comes true. Oh, well, I mean, yeah, well, the argument is the Misfits could be Dreadnoks. And then there you go. Yeah, Hooker Gem. I don't know if this person must have watched the video, Brad, but yeah. Kelly Chase here is all for it, and Eric's all about it. And then this was a follow-up comment in the Piss Tank forum where Raven posted this shit about, yeah, let's put Prostitute Gem in there. And this is from Tank Smasher. 13,000 posts. Okay. This guy's chronically on Piss Tank. But here you go. This is his response. If she's in that much demand, give her her own line. Right? I don't want G.I. Joe to be the conduit for every one-off character. Classified is for Joes, not Gem. I'm not buying that crap. Look, I will give this dude props all day for keeping that shit real. 100%. Secret password is boof. We don't have a secret password. We have a secret handshake. Fuck you. My dog looks guilty. She just walked in the room with her head down. What did you do? Yeah, see, here you go. CC Grimm says, I'd love to have Misfits in 6-inch, but not Joe. There you go. All right, yeah, not in Joe. I know what you meant. Sure, 100%. A lot of us have been talking about that for a while. Just make a, Gem and the holograms and the Misfits in 6-inch, and then if people want to put a little pew-pew in their hand instead of a keytar or whatever, that's up to them. But to be like, no, Gems in G.I. Joe, that's a different story. Yeah. Good opinion on that guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Patrick Strauko, was there actually any crossover between Joe and Gem? Directly, no. Not even a little. Yeah, Gem needs her own line. It's the son of GTO. Gerard O'Connor. Hey, boy. What's up, dude? You just shut your stupid little purty mouth, partner, and yeehaw, rickety y'all. What's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Ken the Band said, my wife would purchase a Gem line. I wouldn't, but she would. Exactly. Gem Joy Division. I was going to make a comment about, so does that mean Gem has to delete her own subscription? If you know, right? Why Joy Division became New Order? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah. G.I. Ho. I still haven't read the comments or responded to any comments on that video. I've just been busy. I've been so busy. 3POA had a post like an hour ago about Gem, and I had commented, if they do this, then Care Bears need to be in Star Wars and Ewok Cousins. Yeah, exactly. It is, like I said, on the stream that we talked about it, in the video that I cut from the stream, once you open that door, you can't unopen it. It's a very slippery slope. But I just wanted to, show this stuff and follow up, because at least there's some people over there in the old piss tank who still think rationally. Sci-Fi Swamp Man says, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it's probably a fucking furry, because ducks don't talk. It probably is, yeah. Gerard, thanks for being here, brother. Two properties have no reason to be swimming in the same waters. 100% agree. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of all that stuff with Good Idea Fairies and tribalism and whatnot, shills, because I'm sure some of the shills are all about it. People say Pixel Dan's not a shill or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the dude. But let's look at a couple of examples of how the access media is not only biased, but they're ridiculous. Embargo. Mr. Potato Head and Classified when? Oh, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. They're going to do on their QVC live streams. The Valentine Ewok was basically a Care Bear. I don't hear an argument there. Just give me Demi Moore from G.I. Jane. That would make more sense. It would. The Misfits need guitar rifles. Guitar rifles. That's hard to say. No, they don't, Blake. They don't at all. Kevzilla, if they were smart at Hasbro, well, that's your first mistake. They would reuse Cold Slither set released as the base for a Gem and the hologram set, not the figures, of course. Well, yeah, a lot of people are already speculating / arguing for the average Joe band and just reuse the instruments. Because it's gay. Yeah. I'd rather have the cast of MASH. Damn. You're not going to get MASH in G.I. Joe. So these are just some funnies. Just some funnies for us to laugh at. Hey, did you guys know that James Gunn presents James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn's DCU? Was gonna make $1 billion? Yeah, guitar blasters, says CC Grimm. Yeah, they can't call them rifles or firearms. They'll say shotgun though, which is weird. Yeah, so just that whole access media shit, right? Look at this one. Box office analyst predicts Supergirl will outgross Spider-Man brand new day. An industry expert parallels Wonder Woman's 2017 success, suggesting Supergirl could soar past Spider-Man. Analyst, yeah, exactly. Analyst. Backtracking for a second, Justin Booth. Is that ventriloquist with Sam Newsman as Scarface? Is that what that is? I think it's stupid to incorporate Gem into G.I. Joe Classified, but at this point, I couldn't give a shit. I no longer collect 1/12 scale or Classified. I don't either. I mean, all onesie twosie. If I see Flash in the wild, I'll pick him up. That's, because Flash was my very first Joe. Other than that, I mean, if they want to sink it, then, you just shrug and say, well, that's Hasbro. That's what they do. So media literacy expert. Yeah, exactly. Industry expert. They get kickbacks for dumb shit like this. They get special access. They get to interview James Gunn and Millie Alcock and the director. I mean, right, this is pay to play. It's absolutely the quid pro quo media. And this is why, you should never listen to any of these fucking people. Anybody with an agenda, don't listen to them. Shouldn't listen to anybody anyway. Yeah. Jared Saunders wrote that. I think he might have been on the herb, maybe. Yep, Jared Saunders wrote it last year, almost a year ago. Yeah, to the day, 4 days. The Titan says, how much do we want to bet that industry expert still has a job? I don't know. No idea. Can I just say hookers would be cool in G.I. Joe? No. Hey, maybe Valaverse can make some hookers as extras. I don't know. Florida Man Frank, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Give you a nice crisp salute there, all the way from the Sunshine State. 610, what's up, my dude? I would take Gem to go with Cold Slither. Cold shitter. That's just my opinion, but in no way, shape, or form do I want her military. Hell no, she doesn't need to be classified up. That's just me being real. There you go. And see, here's the meat in the middle. Not trying to sway you, but if they just made a 6-inch Gem in the hologram line with the Misfits, then you could do whatever you want with them. But trying to make her tactical and what that fucking turd said, quote unquote, combat ready. No, man. Mm-mm. I've been quote unquote combat ready in a pair of silkies and shower shoes with nothing else on. I don't know what determines combat ready. I mean, you take fire, you return fire. That's all there's to it. This expert must be the Scott Knightlick of the movie industry. Yeah, oh yeah. I'm sure he is. No, that's his name is also Scott. I'm forgetting his last name right now. But yeah. No, the movie industry has their own Scotty. Yeah. Ken the Band says that his agenda is always the right way. Okay, cool. Joe Fan 84, what's up, my dude? Stopping by to say hello, everybody. I'm at work. I'll catch the replay. Have a great day. Replay squad's always appreciated. Thank you all very much if you are watching this on replay. If you don't mind, leave a like, maybe hype the videos so I can stay out of my shadow ban and keep on moving onward and upward. The Titan says, so if Vala does the line, should they be called streetwalker humans?
It's science, people! Science!
I mean, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Justin Booth, Supergirl outgrossing Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, spoiler alert, that didn't happen. It didn't? Wow. Yeah. Exactly. Supergirl lost $300 million. I mean, this shit is funny. You can't make it up. And it's everywhere. It's in comics, it's in gaming, it's in toys, it's in, sweaty nerd movies. They're just everywhere. You can't get away from them. Ooh, Callie's barking. Packers, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to ask this again. You skipped it the other day. Sometimes I skip stuff. I'm sorry. Is 112 mask going to be unclassified? Yep. And the mat tracker is going to come with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed head and the new Revolution Unit E black tracker. They will. I can't remember if it's Energon or classified that's going to be 2 packs. This came up the other day, and I never went and checked. I'm not going to go check now. But I would have to scroll back through some conversations. I want to say the mask is the 2 packs. So. Guys, give me a second. My dogs are going nuts. Hold on. Yeah, see, that was quick. Sorry. Yeah, I just didn't want to whistle really loud. Anywho, my bad. Michael Zimmerman says, if we're talking extras, I need hookers and a far homeless man. I think that part's a typo. A homeless man? I don't want any of that bullshit. Hey, to each their own, right? I'm sure somebody else would too. 610 says, I just realized I'm way behind. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. CC Grimm. That's an awesome Frankenstein picture. Even if James Gunn didn't fuck up the DCU, I believe Spidey would still outgrow Supergirl. Absolutely. And I would argue Superman too. I mean, that's just, whatever. It's just an argument. Spider-Man was great. Again, I haven't watched it, so, I just taken the opinions. Retro Roamers, what's crappening? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Callie barks. Duke runs to the window to look for a dog. That low bark was actually Odie right behind me because she heard Callie barking outside. But yeah, I'm not trying to actually you. My bad. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother Jay Bartlett's here. Good to see you, Jay. Miss you. Awesome stream this morning, my dude. Patrick Starco, I think that's rad that your son's pumped for 7th grade, man. Anywho, so again, this is why, quote unquote, industry experts, pundits, the access media, don't ever listen to anything they say because this is from a year ago. CC Murphy, what's up, dude? We're looking at access media BS. The Nerds District. Can't wait to see Superman on July 11th. So this is a year old as well. First billion dollar James Gunn movie, kids. Anybody? No? Okay. You know what that is. Extra play value with a Valis street stroller. Get out of here, dude. Jay Bartlett says, physical for life, brothers and sisters. Again, thank you for the reminder, Jay. If you're just strolling in, there's a poll in the chat for all you super awesome chat holes. to vote in. And remember, the fun is mandatory. Exactly, dude. CC Murphy. The James Gunn DCU copium is strong. It is strong still to this day. It's absurd. Yeah. That movie was ass, says B. Rivera. And again, individual results. We all have our own opinions. I didn't like it. I know a lot of people who did. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Has anything DCU? The DCEU, yes, several of them. The DCU, no, not even close. This Superman movie made less money unadjusted than Man of Steel. And that's unadjusted. Yeah. So, and Supergirl is the worst performing comic book movie ever. It did worse than The Flash and The Marvels. So you got to let that shit sink in. I'll let that sink in because, right, again, we talk about the copium. This was a legitimate article from a year ago. Hey, Supergirl's gonna beat Spider-Man. Yeah, even worse than Steel, even worse than Halle Berry's Catwoman. Ever. Yeah, ever. The Superman movie wasn't bad, but I really didn't consider it a pure Superman movie. It's a shame they can't get such a classic character right now. Well, but again, right, Superman's morals and values are way up here, and then you got somebody writing it and directing it whose morals and values are arguably probably way down here. Yeah. It was definitely Superman and friends, and Superman's friends save him the whole movie. What is going on with this? I can't scroll in my media assets, and I don't know why. That's going to be a problem. I can't scroll in it whatsoever. Yeah, hold up. Let me see. Can you guys see this? I guess you could. Yeah. But it won't let me scroll on them. First rule of technology, it fails. Supergirl did worse than Blue Beetle. Yep. Sure did. James Gunn's Superman couldn't win one single fight alone. No, he could not. He could not. I guess you saw it. Kill it with fire. But I can't get to anything that's below it. I can't get to any of them. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. It's not a big deal. Superman was too busy with all the other characters. I couldn't make it all the way through it. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yes, I saw and heard that. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So yeah, never believe people who get things for free for doing stuff like this. Oh, this one. I saw this on Instagram and I had to clip it. James Gunn fans. Notice how it says James Gunn fans. Like they're like a cult. You know how Jared Leto has his weird cult? Are now petitioning to get Supergirl back into theaters. After it was pulled and released on digital early due to losing over $300 million in the box office and becoming DC's biggest bomb of all time. It's the biggest superhero bomb of all time. Did you want this masterpiece back on the big screen? Let's do this, guys. We were all busy that weekend. That's the argument. We were all busy. The only people who went and saw this, demographically speaking, was those, white Christian males that Millie Alcock was all too happy to piss off. Yeah. We were all too busy. Bring back Supergirl to the theater a second time. 35,000 signatures. I don't think that's going to make you $300 million, but yeah. Crystal Clear says, ouch. In other news, Crystal Clear, I watched it for free. I still want my time back. I didn't watch it at all. Yeah. Blake Tarpley says, I'm not sure what the Supergirl writer has on James Gunn, but man, she got zero writing experience and doing a few more of these. Yeah, she was tapped to write Wonder Woman as well. She had no writing experience, none. But again, right, we talked yesterday at length about people being hired on their merit and their experience versus people being hired because they check boxes. She checks boxes. She has no merit, no experience. And they just, hey, write this quote unquote tentpole movie. Get out of here, right? Shit in is shit out. Always. Yeah. We were all busy that weekend doing exactly what? Watching something else. Watch it. No. Go watch it on Prime. Hit the bricks. No. It's Morbin time all over again. You ain't kidding, man. It is Morbin time. Those memes were so good. So good. Alex from Shadow Nose Network. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. When you're a studio's 7th pick for a job, this is definitely the outcome. Boom. He got his job because no other execs with common sense would take the job. James Gunn is running out of time. Man of Tomorrow is going to be it. I mean, the train already left the station. They could pull it. They could pull it like Zaslav pulled Batgirl, but I don't know. Maybe someone somewhere is hopeful that it'll be a big hit because, whoa, Lex Luthor's in his kryptonite powered armor. Boo. Yeah, I don't know, man. CC Grimm said 300 million. Damn, can they lose some of that my way? I'd be good with 1%. Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. Have you seen the old dude that dresses as Supergirl? Yes, I have. Maybe I should have put that clip in here, but I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, they're freaks, man. The freaks are creepy. But dudes like that who dresses up as like, I don't know, Supergirl and probably sign this petition. Yeah, there's a very good chance. Hey, maybe going with a completely different DC character for a movie after Superman would have been a better choice. I mean, there's one guy stalks around at night, kind of a vigilante. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing. You got to do the Trinity. You have to do the Trinity. That's all there is to it. Even though Zack Snyder didn't want to do a Batman versus Superman and DC kind of forced him to, Warner Brothers, as you were, mostly Zaslav and his board of directors and whatnot, they forced him to do Batman v Superman. He wanted to do a proper sequel to Man of Steel with a fully fleshed out Superman after his origin. He at least put the whole Trinity in there. He's like, well, I mean, if I'm going to do Batman and Superman, I'm putting freaking Wonder Woman in it. So, yeah, I don't get it. Kevzilla says she does more than just checking boxes. Oh, so like casting couch stuff? Was it casting couch? If you know, you know. Let's see if I can move this. Oh, now I can do it again. Yeah, buddy, look at this. See? Give it a second. The solution will always present itself. I just dragged one of my assets down and it forced it to scroll. Ain't no punk bitch. Crystal Clear says they said that Superman was going to be his first $1 billion movie. Yeah, they did. All I got for them is quick to the idiot mobile. Yeah, they sure did. Is that the last one? Yeah, that's the last one I got. But yeah, right there. First $1 billion James Gunn movie. Yeah. Those of you who are, you know, regulars around here, you all know that themes, threads, the commonalities always discussed. When you see first $1 billion James Gunn movie, $1 billion movie, right? When you see this stuff over and over again, it's intentional. They are talking points. Talking points. Always. Because they get access. Their little overlords say, here, read this. Talking points. Toy tubers do it too. They get talking points. Yeah. They were all out activisming somewhere. They probably were. Yeah, they were probably out, protesting Orange Man or something like that. We were all busy. How were they that busy? I don't know. To be fair, no, not a fan of that. The star of Supergirl movie said she didn't want Christian males to watch her. What she said was, if she's pissing off white Christian dads, that she's pissing off the right people. That's what she said. Yeah. Yep. But again, that's the deflection tactic. When they know that they're sitting on a fucking stinker, immediately they go on the defensive. Immediately. Yep. When people they get really defensive and they lash out, you know why. And that's all over the place. We're gonna talk about somebody else going on the defensive and lashing out with lies. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. If you want a woman DC movie, do Wonder Woman. There you go. I don't know. Chad, did you see Spoodermang? No, I didn't see Spoodermang. Not saying I won't, but I'm not in any hurry to go see it. So I think I'm Spoodermanged out. I have been for a while. A long time. Yeah. That being said, most of you should know, I offer it up freely. I'm not much of a Marvel guy at all. Never have been. So, well, we will never get a Batman as good as that one fight scene in BVS. In the warehouse, that was the best, 10 odd minutes of Batman ever put to live action. Ever. Yeah. I mean, that's Arkham Batman right there. Absolutely. Mixed in with the Dark Knight Returns, of course, but oh yeah, he was doing Arkham stuff the whole time. Nicotronis says the entire industry is a casting couch. Yeah. I mean, they're sick, and those are the people that try to tell you about morals, right? Yeah. That's too bad, man. Supergirl took a super dookie. You don't mean Reva, do you? Oh yeah, you mean like the deflection and go on the attack. Oh, you got to be racist and a misogynist and all this stuff because you don't like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that breaks canon with these horribly written characters. Oh yeah, I mean it can't be those reasons, right? Sorry. I just got okay. I'm not even going to say what I just got sent. I can't say it. Once I say it, I can't take it back. Sci-Fi Swampman says, I hear that shit in my nightmares now. You mean the la da da dee dee da? I bet you do. Actually, to be fair, she could have just kept her mouth shut. She could have, 100%. So anyway, we're going to move on. You guys want the comment of the day? We're only an hour in. Look at this. We're just moving. The comment of the day is not a comment. It's actually a meme. But one, it's applicable to the physical media stuff that we're going to talk about in regard to PlayStation 5. Specifically PlayStation 5. And two, Supergirl women kind of, you'll see. Everybody loves a good meme. Today's comment of the day is brought to you by the internet winning. Who did this? PS5 for women. I don't know. I couldn't let it go. I had to share it. So yeah, this is your PS5 for women. right there. It's a joke, right? Yeah, I mean, we all get called misogynists and bigots. You might as well lean into it and have fun with it, right? So, yeah. The plate station can hold discs at least. Ooh, man. That's true. That is true. At least it comes with physical media. Yeah. Again, right? We just got to have fun with it. You know, you got to have a good time. It's mandatory fun, but at least there is some actual fun to be had. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that real quick. All right. There's 52 of you here. I have to ask the chat a question. And I need you guys to tell me. I understand there's probably going to be like a little bit of a delay. Damn, talk about physical media storage, right? You guys remember all those VHS and game storage, like wood grain pull-out drawer things that we used to have? Yeah. I think I still have one of those VHS ones somewhere in storage. All right, so I got to ask you guys this. Out of the 6 hours yesterday, like 6 hours and 2 minutes, nobody's counting. Did Dahmer, Ghetto Dahmer, Tyrone, did he comment once? Did anyone see him put a comment anywhere in the chat over the course of 6 hours? That's a legitimate question. There's no setup. It's just, I'm asking. Because yes, sometimes, right, when I'm talking about a topic and the chat's moving, I don't see it. So I'm asking any of you, did you see it? Was there one comment at least? Didn't see any, and I was there the whole 6 hours. Kevzilla, I still have 3 of those VHS storage cases. Hell yeah, dude. Nico says, I did not. Because I didn't. And I'm asking for a specific reason. I've only gotten 3 responses. So that doesn't mean everybody, right? Yeah, I saw him, obviously. I mean, we all saw him. And then there were those 2 other people that just kind of came in and left. Right. Didn't. I was busy. Yeah, don't remember seeing anything. I mean, I'm sure he's here now. Tyrone. Maybe my boys would quit fighting over who has dishes every night. Yeah, probably. You know who has dishes? Dishwasher. That's who has dishes. Dale, what's up, dude? You're gonna in a second, and for that I will apologize. But you know, just brain flush it. Yeah, Steven says no. Okay. Hello there. The only reason I'm asking is because 2 reasons. Ken the Band, where you at, dude? You fucking here? Is Ken the Band here? There's so many people talking in the chat. Ken the Band, where you be? My kids are my dishwasher. Oh, there's Ken. I didn't see him either. He was quick to attempt to message me. Okay, this is where we're going. So Ken the Band sends me the screenshot. You can see who it's from. Right. Yeah, I still had the Anita Sarkeesian thing. Because he was watching my stream. Right. So this is a screenshot from Ken. You can see we were talking about, it's toward the end of the stream, right? When I left those 3 nightmares on screen. And he gets a message of this dude. He screenshot the chat. And then sends this. I guess it was a story. Sends him his story, right? So he was here. But here's the thing. Did anyone know he was here? No. Nobody knew he was here. And I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Not even a little. Same thing with Shark Eyes. Same thing with anybody else. You want to come in, you want to hang out, whatever. You want to make your little quips and think that you're, rad. That's fine. That's cool. Have at it. However, right, we talk about people with agendas. We talk about all these motherfuckers, right? And their bullshit. And this is the last, this is it, man. This is your final fucking hurrah. So then there was this, I don't remember who sent this to me. Somebody sent it to me. I just chopped it up. But yeah, this is one of his, 9 million fucking reels. So here you go.
This dude waited for me to leave his chat to start talking shit about me. That's how much of a tough guy he is.
Yeah. And it goes on and on and on, talking shit about my band and things like that. So bottom line up front, we're done with this fucking guy. Done with him. No more attention for him, period. I'm finished. And I don't know if I just had some sort of epiphany this morning, but I think about all these other YouTubers I know, all these other, toy streamers or, just people who are, actively engaged in doing stuff on the YouTubes. Michael French. He's got his opinions. He's opinionated. He's honest to himself. How many people pick on Michael French? Like his physical appearance, what he wears, what he, chooses, the fedora that he chooses to wear. Tons. How many people go at Bobby Valla all the time? Tons. One of the gaming channels that I watch all the time, Andy Pants Gaming. How many people go at him? Oh, fucking hundreds, if not thousands. Ever since Asmongold showed an Andy Pants Gaming video and he exploded like overnight. He got like 120 or so thousand subscribers in like days. And that dude, death threats, people make videos about him on the daily, on and on and on and on. It's not unique. It's not a unique situation. Everybody's going to have it. I mean, shit, even Crystal Clear, right? Crystal Clear's always got like the same couple of fucking clown car motherfuckers that come at him. It's not even worth the energy. It won't be. The physical threats, the talking shit about my beard, right? You want to talk about getting seriously defensive and then going on the attack, just like, right, with Millie Alcock and Moses Ingram, who played Reva and all this stuff. Like, that's what weak people do. That's what they do. When they know that they have a stinker movie, when they know that they're a piece of shit person, when they know that they fucked up, that's exactly what they do. They get super defensive and then they go on the attack. Even playing my band's music in the background. Yeah, I'm done with it. It's nothing but lies all the time. So you want to have a disagreement, like Shark Eyes or whatever, that's fine. But if you want to just lie and lie and lie and be an utter fucking piece of garbage, yes, that's just my opinion. Okay, cool. We're good. We're going to leave it at that. So yeah. Justin Booth says, I subbed to Crystal Clear yesterday. Thanks, Chad. Dude, no, that's awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. There's not enough hours in the day to spend it hate watching. No, man, hate watchers or hate purchasers, they're fucking weird. I never understood it. And then we're going to move on to the actual topic. I never understood that. Bobby B hate purchasing Valaverse figures to do that weird reverse compliment sandwich, shit on it, say something decent, shit on it, just to get views, just to get like in tight with all those other anti-Valaverse people. That's weak. That's fucking like, that is weakness. Hate watching hate watching streamers or other videos or even hate watching a movie. Why the fuck would you do? Like, who's gonna hate play a video game? Like, yeah, I'm fucking showing you, Nintendo. I'm hate playing your game. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. No, he was very mad about that. Yeah. I mean, the whole clip is like a minute and something long, but he was very defensive, very mad about that. Yeah. Even goes out of his way to say he knew a gay person once or some shit like that. I mean, dude hangs out with Rowdy. You don't have to justify that you like gay people. I get it. Like, you hang out with Rowdy. Understood. And Boog and Shart. I mean, but you know, like, I don't like Viper Island. I don't watch Viper Island. We all have our lists of channels or personalities that we don't like. Do you go watch it? That's like people saying like, oh, I hate soap operas, but I can't miss my stories every day. I gotta fucking watch it. I don't know. You can't dip out. It's mandatory fun. Once you dip out and come back, that's it. I mean, you got to fucking back it up. I'm just kidding. So, yeah. Mike Joseph. Michael French even annoys the shit out of what sometimes? And anybody can annoy anybody at any given moment. Your beard is frightening. I swear it has a mouth in the middle. Oh, but yeah, right. You know, it is what it is. He played your music, DMCA. No. Like on Instagram Reels, yeah, people can put my band's music in their stories. It's in there. You just search it. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I mean, when I had him on my stream, I don't know, he reposted the whole thing or some of it. Again, I didn't go look because I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I mean, he was on my channel. That's fair. That's fair use. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't poo-poo about that. Not even a little. Man of Action, what's crappening? Good to see you. Look at that flocked hair on that Joe. Respect. You got to put some respect on it. Look at that 1/6 scale G.I. Joe. Yeah. Possible Pie says, yeah, I don't get it. If you don't like someone, why watch? I mean, that's right. I mean, I see the second part of what you say, but yeah, I mean, why waste your time? Life is short, but most closet gays are defensive. I don't know why anybody would be in the closet anymore, but whatever. I mean, do your thing. 610 says, I just cut off streams. I don't have time for gay hate watching. I don't either, man. I wouldn't hate watch anything. But again, see, no comments. There are no comments in the chat regarding this, right? The behaviors, that blatant fucking lies. No comments in the chat whatsoever. Yeah. That's that bullshit, right? So from now on, moving forward, just it's out, it's done, it's gone, it's flushed. No more. No time. And even like whoever sent me that, the clip of that, whatever it was, a reel or something, I was just like, pfft. Yeah. Same thing, like, oh, my kids are embarrassed of me and my wife hates me, and get the fuck out of here, man. I found my lane in this streaming space. Took a while. You're definitely a part of it, dude. Thank you, JJ. You are definitely value added as well, my dude. Yeah. I have never. Let's get this shit off my screen. I have never taken for granted any one person who ever shows up, hangs out. And again, I'm not even talking about, oh, you gifted subs. Oh, you sent a super chat, so I'll read it. You know, none of that bullshit. Just shows up, hangs out. One person, 100 people, 500 people. I've had it all. And it's never lost on me, which is why I'm always behind on the chat. But, you know, I mean, that's how it should be, right? The chat's the only reason why you're here. 610. I do regular streams with a dude that's gay, and those names you've mentioned still call me homophobic. Oh, yeah. Well, of course. Right. Because you're not part of the club. I don't ever talk about people in my immediate circle or my 3 feet of space or my personal life or anything like that. That's for them. That's for them. It's not for me to announce stuff all over the internet, and I would never do that. But to call me homophobic or transphobic, all that shows is that you don't know a single thing about me. Not even a little. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. Mike Joseph, he's really anal about a lot of stuff, and I don't know whether to admire it or roll my eyes. I mean, that's just how some people process things, right? It's not excuses, but this is also not bash on somebody else hour. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you are. I'm just making a point, right? For argument's sake, there's always somebody that hates the fuck out of you or can't, right? They say they despise you and you're, the lowest form of everything, but they can't get away from you. It's weird. So, I know I'm stating the obvious, but people like that, it's all about them. Supposedly you waited till he left. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I played that 8 seconds of that reel or story or whatever, because blatant lying all the time, blatant lying, exaggerating, inflating stuff. Sure. Shart and Boog did it too. After San Diego Comic-Con last year. Oh yeah, this, that. And Shart was like, oh, well, I was going to knock him off balance and just laughed. I laughed my ass off so hard. What a waste of time watching someone because you hate them. Obsessed much? Uh-huh. Yeah. And the other one too, stealing my TGIS. Stealing, that's that bullshit, right? But we're so deplorable. We're so horrible. But hey, let me steal his smart ideas because I have none. Because I'm a fucking tourist, right? It's just fake it till you make it. Yeah. Fake being a woman. Fake being a fucking toy collector. Yeah. Chad's deep in their souls. But again, I don't want to put any more time on that. So let's just move on from that. So I said what I had to say. I asked all of you because the chat is king. The chat is law. You guys, all of you, in my chat specifically, and anyone else's chat, you keep them real, right? I didn't know if there ever was a comment in the span of 6 hours plus. So I asked all of you, trust but verify. I was pretty fucking sure not. And now we know it wasn't. So that's why I showed that clip. But we're done with it. Yeah, we're 100% done with it. Unless he announced his departure, how are you supposed to know you left? Exactly. Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's just the lies upon lies. Right. I mean, if you're jealous, and this goes for anybody, I'm not like aiming this at fucking Tyrone there. If you're jealous, acknowledge that you're jealous and then deal with it. You don't have to publicly like acknowledge it, but just acknowledge it. And then just, go on from there. Do something more productive with your life. Hated on me for being a white male. Ironic. Yeah, exactly. Because Buffalo Bill is a white male. Honestly, I've never heard of most of these turd burglars. I'm glad I'm on this side of the yard. Well, yeah, here you can have your own opinion. But yeah. Yeah, Ken. We all know. Everybody knows. I mean, it's been out there in the internet forever. And just like with this dude, right? I mean, a couple weeks ago, we showed the receipts where Shart went to his church. Again, with the lies, right? Shart saying like, oh, I'm such a Christian. I'm such a model Christian. No, you're not. That's a fucking lie, right? Because again, That's the whole thing, right? With the agenda, with the message, with those types. Lie because you want some kind of an in with your lies. You want sympathy or whatever. You know, oh, hey, look, I'm just the same as you. I'm a great model Christian, and oh, Dewdog is so terrible, blah, blah, blah. You guys need to get rid of him. It's fucked, right? The president of the G.I. Joe Finest Costume Club offered to give Bobby Vala's address to people so they could send him dead animals in the mail. Again, we could all just coexist within these hobbies. They all want to throw the word community around. They don't want that. They just want you to, right, accept what they're going to do. The fucking freaks. Yeah, it's fucked up. So, hey, moving on. Nice. There you go. I'm currently painting a custom McFarlane DC Comics Jack-O-Lantern going for deep cuts. Dude, I want to see it when it's done. That's what I'm talking about. Justin, what about Legend series? What about Tony? What about Tony? I'm jealous. I'm jealous of your sexy flock beard. Well, depending on who you ask, my beard is horrible. I think that's great. It's no different than when Toy Polloi tried stealing French's idea for Broken Vader and calling it his own. Did he really? I don't watch Toy Polloi. Never did. So never did. So look at this guy right here. Smooth, baby. Smooth like a baby's bottom.
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
I did eat. I did. Yeah. Oh, he called his half Vader. That's fucked, man. Yeah. That's not even like imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's just like, let me steal your shit. Right. And then that's why we leaned into it and we just changed it to make Sundays great again, because it was TGIS. Then that got hijacked. So we're going to make it great again. I was referencing him into the chat before mentioning Tony. Oh, talking about Legend series, Tony? Billy D. The great thing about having a beard is that it only matters if you and your lady dig it. Yeah, the ma'am loves my beard. She's the one that encouraged me to grow it. And again, like some of you know, some of you don't. My brother was always the facial hair guy in the family. He served as well, but he only did 10 years, and that was from 92 to 2002. He destroyed his knee at NTC in California, National Training Center. And yeah, they medically retired him because he spun his whole lower leg backwards 180 degrees. So my brother only did 10 years. And he always had the facial hair after that. He had big old chops, and then after years he had the full beard. And then when he died 2 years ago, I was still like kind of getting out of the service, but yeah, after a while I was like, you know what, like I think I want to grow a beard for my brother. And yeah, so TP's Miles Mayhem record attempt. What is that? I don't know what that is, my dude. I'm sorry. Expand on that. Gerard O'Connor says, brothers rule. I'm the middle of three, my two best friends. I had one. He was 2 years older than me. He was my big brother. Yeah, always looked out for me, and then at the end, I took care of him. So, yeah, it is what it is. What did Jeffy say? It's not even sharing the same opinion at this point. It's being associated with people. It's all just a waste of energy by everyone, myself included, when they went after Pops and me. Yeah, they did. Jeff, I don't even know if you ever said that publicly. I don't believe you ever did. So, yep. The fucking cancel pigs went after Jeff and his dad. Just like Ace's Place, just like Dewdog, just like me, just like Vala, just like Ryan, on and on and on and on. Yeah. So, and yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? Jeffy and I could hop on screen together and share dozens of stories, you know, good, not good, shocking, all that stuff. Jeff went on a specific channel, called me and said, hey, like I was invited to come on this channel. And I was like, all right. He was like, well, I wanted to see what you think about it. And I was like, the fuck do I care? Like, if you want to go on it, man, have fun. And then the last thing I said was, but I'll guarantee you this, when you go on there, he's going to give you shit for being friends with me. Guess exactly what happened. He gave Jeff shit for being friends with me. People can't just be, they can't just be cool. Yep. Yeah. So, I'm sure everybody can see it in the chat, but Jeffy's kind of cryptically saying that certain people, the call came from the East Coast, from North Carolina, because they told him where the complaint came from, that he was abusing his father, who's a disabled veteran. And then Jeff got investigated. It's fucked. Yeah. Oh, he's collecting a mile of Mile Mayhem's figures. Dude, that's crazy. It's rampant mental illness. I'm beginning to think it's in the water. What about a certain forced vaccine? I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing. Not too sure. Nico, I'm the oldest of two full bros and several half siblings. Pops was a sailor and a Johnny Appleseed. There you go, buddy. Destro's Garage. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Happy Friday Eve, Chad Holes. I like that. And yes, I prefer, is that hard media, physical media? And now still probably the best time to stock up on it by frequenting your retro media shops, even pawn shops and other retail shops for pennies. Hell yeah, dude. Abso-freaking-lutely. Dude, Gerard, he's got 3,000 Miles Mayhem figures. That's nuts, man. Hey, Drew G gives me crap for being friends with him, but that's fine. You complete me. I need you. Justin Booth, I mentioned how I put Legend Series 610, Nico, Ace's Place, and all the Chad holes in the same class as you. One of the real ones. Not fake, a hater, or a piece of shit. It's very kind. But again, I don't need the tribalism. Like, if somebody thinks one of you guys, one of you regulars, or even a channel member or whatever thinks I'm stoking the fucking anger, or I'm being a piece of shit for this hat, I mean, by all means, just say it and I'll go, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Doesn't mean I'm going to fucking take it off, but I will at least hear you out. 100%. Yeah, Dreadnought. Well, I mean, only so many people live in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. You know what, CC Grim? Yeah, you're right. A lot of the mindset was pre-lockdown, pre-coof, pre all that stuff. That is true. Yeah, it had been ramping up since 2016. Yeah, 100%. Even before that, but 2016, when everything started getting political, like Hillary Clinton politicized the Ghostbusters 2016 movie, and on and on and on. I mean, there's tons of examples. But yeah. Forced vaccines isn't the response to that. No, it's plead the fifth. That's what the response to that is now. Yeah. Jeffy says it's fine. Nothing came of it. Nothing I'm going to do. I'll bitch. It pissed me off, but I can, move forward. People are people. Exactly. 100%. Sometimes you just got to fucking brush off the old shoulders and just keep trucking. I mean, that's what real men do, right? It's what we do. We just drive on. Drive the fuck on, man. Get that gun up and drive on. Dreadnought. I never see left-leaning channels get swatted. Ever notice that only happens one way? Well, yeah, I mean, but all social media. I know people like to say that YouTube is social media. I don't agree with that. I believe it's an entertainment platform. Yeah, Meta, YouTube, all of it. It's all super leftist. 100%. I got put in a shadow ban because I was just calling out like actual stuff, like real stuff in the news. You know what I mean? I mean, think about what happened when anybody talked about how that virus came from China. Like you would get silenced, boom, immediately. Yep. There are so many amendments to the Constitution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Man, who doesn't miss the Chappelle Show? Yep. Tech is leftist for the most part. That's true. I mean, shit, look at Steve Jobs. But you know what happened when Steve Jobs died? There weren't a bunch of political wacko ideologists out there celebrating that Steve Jobs died. At least not that I saw. So Zero says, I remember hearing once, pay no attention to those who speak behind your back, for that's where they belong, behind you. Yep, agreed. Yeah, but then they'll just stab you in the back. Justin Booth. I like to think that we've all had enough of the bullshit coming into this hobby. So we come here to be around like-minded people and have fun. And that's all I want. That's all I want. You know, again, just like yesterday in the, you know, if a fly's in your food analogy, do you just ignore it? Like, or do you fucking swat it away? You know. Black Spearhead. Chad, speaking of Miles Mayhem, did you see the latest Mask issue? Are you talking issue 2 or 3? I know 3 was like supposed to be coming out. Either way, no. I have my issue 2 and I haven't even read it yet. I get busy, man. I'm sorry. Yep. Let me know which issue you're talking about, Spearhead. Anywho, let's talk about physical media. Here's the thing. When a lot of people talk about, oh, you know, physical media and all this stuff that's going on right now, PlayStation this and GTA 6, and I figured it was a good time to have this conversation. So physical media isn't just this or this. Yeah, that's Commando on NES. Physical media is not just this. Physical media is also that. Yeah, it's Megaforce. That, right? Blu-rays, DVDs, VHS, all that stuff. And again, comics. I never even graded that. Oh, issue number 3. No, Black Spearhead. I don't have issue 3 yet. I'll swing by my store. Books. By the way, this book, 7 Ages of George Washington by Owen Wister. It is a very old book, but it is a fucking great book. If you want to read a real good book, go to your library. Libraries still exist or whatever. And this book, 7 Ages of George Washington, is freaking amazing. It's an awesome book. Dreadnought, you see what they're doing with rare books? No? What are they doing with rare books? I think the world really went south when MCA from Beastie Boys died. AI companies are buying up old books? What, to digitize them or something? Anyway, whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of the thing when everybody talks about physical media. What's kind of doing the hamster and the wheel thing is, oh, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation's gonna get rid of physical media, but it's not just PlayStation. And this is another one of those things where it's an important conversation. It doesn't just affect video games. And even though I, like many of us, am primarily a toy guy, I've always believed that there's those three pillars, with hobbies or intellectual properties. And you got your toys, your gaming, your comics in whatever order suits you. But it's really all of them to some degree or another. Comics expand upon the lore and they continue the stories. Video games, right? It's very interactive. And then, you got your dollies, either for playtime or just shelfie displays, whatever. But it's all kind of hand in hand together. And that's just something that I really wanted to talk about. And then shredding them. What? They're cutting off the bindings, loading them into AI and destroying the books. You know what, kids? Then just like I'm scrolling back. Oh, it's pretty far. Just like what Destra said, stock up on physical games, retro media shops, pawn stores, other reseller shops. Go stock up on books. Yeah, absolutely. I have a massive library of books. Fucking love it. Everything from the Roman Legion to Manifest Destiny and contemporary U.S. history. Tons of books. Yeah. Sega said they wouldn't stop making physical media. Yeah, we're gonna kind of crawl, walk, run. We're gonna break it down Barney style. I know we mentioned it Tuesday. I love having my OG GameCube. I don't know why, but that console is timeless. It's amazing. Yeah, it is. I love it. It's a fantastic console. Everything about it. It's just bulletproof. You even put a fucking handle on it. It looks like a lunchbox. But that shit was a powerful console. Yeah, it still plays great. 100%. We have way bigger problems around the corner. Chad, stay in fighting shape. Oh, I mean, yeah, of course I am. 100%. Ken the Band has a mini library in his home. That's awesome, man. That's the way to go. They're erasing what physical history we have. First monuments and statues, now books. Oof. Crazy. Crystal Clear has a quote from Stan Lee. Comic books are like boobs. They look great on screen, but I'd rather hold one in my hands. And here's the thing. I have comic books on digits. I have an iPad. Like when I go out of town, I have comics loaded on my iPad along with movies and things like that. And it doesn't mean I take every single thing that I might possibly kind of maybe perhaps sort of want to do while I'm out of town. But I think just like with scales of G.I. Joe and everything else, right? The world's not black and white. I believe there's exceptions and not rules. Having stuff digitally, sure. Why not? A lot of Blu-rays and DVDs, you get the physical copy, but then there's a code. Same thing with some comics. Hey, go get this on Comixology. All right. Same thing with games. But yeah, we need to kind of talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, exactly. This is what we're going to talk about. Own nothing and be happy. Yeah, don't forget CDs and vinyl albums. Yeah, absolutely. Which I have both of those as well. The Titan says the official justification for AI companies buying books is to secure high quality human written training data that is free from AI generated contamination. Physical media is king. Fuck yeah, it is. Because it's yours. You own it. And we're going to see some examples of that. All right. So this is when it all kind of started. We got to go back to the beginning, way back to the 1st of July of this year. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. 8,474 comments, only 1,000 likes. That seems like a ratio, right? It looks a little ratioed. And this was on the PlayStation blog. It's not coincidental that this announcement coincides very closely with Rockstar's announcement that GTA 6 will only be digital. Now, a lot of that argument was PlayStation, when they start catching heat, because they knew they were going to catch heat, said, oh, we'll just shift the focus and say, well, you know, Rockstar, because they made what, $1 billion in the first day of pre-sales. So PlayStation could just shift that. They could shift the blame. They could shift the focus and the conversation back to Rockstar. Well, we're doing this because of Rockstar. Radnom, what's up, dude? I accidentally clicked no on the poll and I hate the rise of digital media. It's okay, buddy. It's all right. If it's close at the end, we'll just say, oh, well, Radnom fat fingered it. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah. We'll do like a US elections kind of a thing, and we'll just do what we want anyway. CC Murphy says they're even trying to control the physical that you own now. I'm sure you've seen what Ford and Chevy were trying to do recently. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. I like the fact that when people don't pay for their Tesla cars, the Tesla car shuts down. Miss a car payment. It's better than driving you through someone's living room, I suppose. Scott Hughes, here's a tangential. It's such a hard word to say. Tangential tip. Search out history textbooks from the 70s and 80s and buy all you can, usually for pennies. I know someone that's a teacher. They are literally rewriting history. They are. And again, that's why I showed that book on George Washington, right? The 7 Ages of Washington. That's exactly what they're doing. Hey, kids, remember when the Xbox One wasn't going to allow you to play used games? Petbridge Farms remembers. Yeah, well, they pivoted away from that. We're going to talk about Xbox too. They're not getting away from it. Yep, they're not getting away from it, but they're flexing. All right, so this is where it began. Then starts the kind of slow slide, right? It's that peeking behind the curtain at the Wizard of Oz. This was a generated response from the PlayStation Store. As of 1 September 2026, due to our content licensing agreements, you will no longer be able to watch any of your previously purchased Studio Canal content. None of it. Paid for it with your hard-earned money. Can't watch any of it. And the content will be removed from your video library. But I paid for it. I thought I own it. No. You paid for the access to it. Click here for a full list of affected titles. Oh, okay. Well, let's move on. Oh, shit. PlayStation deleting 551 titles from customers' accounts, reminding us nothing digital is ever truly ours. Yep. Well, they won't. They can't. You know how much money they would lose? They just say, oh, well, you know, we failed to resecure the license. So what do you mean I can't watch fucking First Blood anymore? Yeah, not First Blood. Yeah. It's actually Rambo First Blood Part 2. The first movie's just called First Blood. So anyway, whatever. I just actually these people who wrote the Yeah, we talked about Wildlands update. Yeah, right. Exactly. CC Grimm's like, freaking high seas, bitch. Take to the high seas. Possible Pie. This is why I never pay for digital music or movies. Justin Booth, I just unpacked my Xbox 360 and the games. After the stream, I'm going to start my Batman Arkham series gaming marathon, starting with Origins. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. This is just a friendly suggestion. Maybe start with Asylum. The controls are so much more rudimentary in Asylum. If you go Origins then Asylum, you're really going to notice the going backwards. Just a thought. Just a thought. But Origins and City are pretty damn close in controls, right? Because Origins came out third of those 3 titles. Just, just a suggestion. You might enjoy Asylum less if you go from all the freedom of movement and updated, fighting with Origins back to Asylum. So, just a thing. Midnight's Edge. What up? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. 49er Brian. Yo, Chad Holes. What's up, my brother? Radnam says, I just got my 360 out after a few years. Instant. Oh, no way. Well, see, here's the thing, though. Whereas that sucks, that totally sucks, right? That was a soldering and a heating issue. You can get a 360. They're not very expensive. So whereas that sucks, I'm just saying you can still get one. But now's the time, kids, before the prices go up and up and up. We already saw an increase in prices after the GTA 6 announcement, after PlayStation started saying like, hey, we're going all diskless drives, all digital moving forward. And then after this announcement, like this was 100% a kick them when they're down. And Justin Booth says, Chad, that makes sense. Yeah, it's just a thought. Yeah, I concur. Play Asylum first. It's just a thought. Again, you do whatever you want, man. I still have my NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, etc. Shit, yeah, dude. And most titles aren't, they're not very expensive. I mean, I think I got this entire Legacy collection of Metal Gear Solid on PS3 for like $20 or something. I mean, shit, even Commando for my NES, and it still works just fine. That was like $3, $4. Yeah. It's only like the Gold Zelda and Contra, because everybody loves Contra, right? Contra's expensive. Yeah. It's going to be like the greatest hits that are expensive. 49er Brian, I got my 360 out and got the Red Ring of Death. Really? You too? You guys didn't get those like fixed back in the day? I didn't get the Red Ring of Death until, I want to say, months. It was probably a couple months after like all the sky is falling hype about that. And I was like, oh man, thank God mine hasn't done it. And one day I booted it up. Red Ring of Death. And I had to send it in. And ever since then, like it still runs like a fucking champ. Yeah. Wolverine, what's up, my dude? It's good to see you, man. Oh, you're saying hi to Midnight's Edge after dark. That's fine. Don't talk to me. Yeah, just talk to Midnight's Edge. It is awesome to have Midnight's Edge here. Very cool. If you like rags, the one is really expensive, man. You can get those combo cards. What the shit are you talking about? What are you talking about? Steven says they can't take my Atari away from me. Is it the OG 2600 wood grain with the big metal switch? That's the way to go. Possible Pie says I dusted off my Dreamcast. Still works, but playing it on a big flat screen doesn't look good. Yeah, that's the thing, right? With the older consoles, it's CRT, or sometimes you get, like a lag or a delay and, the control input. And yeah, it can really affect the experience. You need a CRT TV for sure. Oh, RPS. Thank you, Radnon. Appreciate it. Scott Hughes says, for anyone that does not know already, Tom from Midnight's Edge is the czar of physical media. I could not agree more. 100%. Yep. My 360 still works. Hell yeah, man. Buy a later model 360. Shouldn't get a red ring. Yeah. Even the ones that aren't used, sometimes they're just stored in hot areas. And again, that can affect the soldering on it. Dude, look at Wolverine with the flex. I fixed my own Red Ring of Death and fixed other Xboxes for friends. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. If you like RPGs, the SNES carts are really expensive. Thank you, dude. Justin Booth says, I only got it when my brother got it modded. Thankfully, we had an extra one still sealed, never used. Wow. Very cool. Anyway, so this is that kind of slow slide, right? Yep. And then it gets worse. Even worse. This was on Instagram from X, you know, accounts like they repost stuff. So from Pirate Nation on Instagram, PlayStation Network is down again for millions of users and people can't play their licensed purchased games. And this is the thing, like, yeah, sure, you know, I got it on digital, whatever. I'll fire this game up. Nope. Players around the world are reporting they can't sign in, play online, access the PlayStation Store, or use other PSN features. This is the future of PlayStation. Once servers are down or have problems, all your games will be useless. This was my problem with EA Star Wars Battlefront, the rebooting. I can still play my old Pandemic Battlefront games, both of them. I have them physically down here on this shelf. I still play them all the time. I even got the collection that was on the Xbox store, but I have the physical discs and the consoles. But the EA games, Battlefront 2 EA is still kind of chugging along, but the first EA Star Wars Battlefront, even when they came out with all of those different map packs or seasons or whatever the fuck they called it, because the game had nothing. Cloud City, those maps were great. Can you play them? No, you can't play them at all. And this is where digital media will screw you over, because people paid for that season's pass. They paid for all those seasons. Oh, Jabba's Palace. Oh, Cloud City, blah, blah, blah. Can you play it? No, can't play it. Paid for it, gone. And that's kind of where digital media is going. It's a one and done. As soon as they remove it from the servers, nope, screwed. And that's not even just PlayStation. So say it's a Ubisoft game. Well, Ubisoft leaves the servers up for a little while, for a couple of years. Servers cost money. And then one day they're just like, oh, we're discontinuing this in 30 days. What was that Disney game with the little things that you put down? I'm having a moment. I'm sorry. Yeah. Bear 11 Charlie, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Oh, Radnom says I still got my Chrono Trigger and Secret of Mana. Nice, man. I remember sending my 360 off to Germany, says Gerard. Well, yeah, I mean, because you're in the UK. Xbox handled that crisis pretty well, was my experience. I agree. They definitely did. Yes. Perfect example of something we were already talking about. The Origins multiplayer. That was the only way that you could play as Robin and Batman at the same time. No Arkham game ever had like 2-player drop-in, drop-out co-op. You could play as Bane. You could play as the Joker. You could play as one of their respective henchmen. Disney Infinity. Thank you, Random. But yeah, that Arkham Origins multiplayer was fun. Fun. Didn't get left in the game. There's no AI bots. There's no PvE to it. It just gone. It's still on the menu, but we all know what happens if you try to do it. It goes nowhere. Yeah, Disney Infinity. Those games were great. You got the little plate for your little figures and you put them on there and you could build worlds and do all this stuff. And then one day they're just like, no, we're killing the servers. Okay, gone. Yeah. Sci-Fi Swamp Man. I bought War for Cybertron from EB Games so I can play as Shockwave, but that shit went south before I had the internet to handle it. Yep. Yeah. And good Transformer games are few and far between, right? Browncoat says, as a PlayStation only guy who made the jump after I got multiple red rings of death on multiple consoles, them getting rid of physical media on PlayStation worries me because that's how I get my games. A lot of us talked about it yesterday. Again, individual results. We all have our own opinions. PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, that was like the pinnacle. Games didn't ship broken with day one patches, and then they have to put out 3 more patches for the day one patch because you got people working on these games. They're not hired based on their skills or their experience. They're hired on agenda. Right. It is not merit based. Nowadays, it's make a shit ton of money off cosmetics and expansions and loot boxes and fuck it, ship it broken, we'll patch it. And then when they get tired of it, they just Minecraft it. Boop, gone. Browncoat says, with my disability, I can't drive, and digital became a very convenient necessity to my game purchasing. There you go. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Nobody that I know would be like, oh, well, that's your fucking problem, Browncoat. That's your fault. I don't know anybody who would say that. And I don't want to associate with anybody who would say that. Yeah, I mean, again, exception, not the rule, right? There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I've been guilty of, I just cruise the store and I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy this game. Nothing wrong with that. But, at the same time, because I am capable and I enjoy the hunt, I do buy a lot of physical media as well. So it just kind of is what it is, right? JJ says, never had a red ring. My kids suffered at least a half dozen red rings. Damn, man. Really? I was in that one and done camp. One and done. Boop. CC Grimm says digital is fine, but the push to make it only digital for everyone is a real issue. That's it right there. It's not digital media is bad. It's that digital only. They got you by the short curlies when it's just digital only. Again, right? If everything is digital only and their networks go down because of some bullshit on their end, and you can't do anything except pick up your disk drive-less PlayStation and set it on a pile of fucking papers. That's the problem. And it's not just PlayStation, it's Xbox too, right? Xbox One, Xbox Series X, there were a couple times where they tried like, oh yeah, we're going to do this always online shit. You can't play fucking used games or no more backwards compatibility. And then they'd have to walk that shit back because Microsoft knows like they are a blade runner. Microsoft has a shitload of money, but they know that their Xbox division loses money. They got to like drink a whole bunch of Ackright every day. Where are we at? Sorry, let me scroll back through the chat. Yeah, the 360 was notorious for bricking. It was, right? But again, that was a factory error. It just so happened that they didn't test enough of them, right? Anytime you have a catastrophe, there's always small errors that have to happen. It doesn't matter if it's a plane crash or a bridge collapsing or your Xbox 360 getting red rings of death. There's always a series of failures that have to happen for a catastrophe to exist. And that was kind of the thing with the red rings of death. Like, it was a problem with the solder. It was a problem with the board and the solder put together. They didn't freaking test enough of them. Right. The percentage wasn't high enough for testing. They hurried that whole process. And, you get what you get. Sometimes failure is a very painful and real learning experience. Radnom says kids won't even know what physical media is soon unless there is a trend reversal. I'm one of those people that I always have faith in pendulum effects. I always do. If it wasn't for Journey and Boston and all these big like arena rock bands, we wouldn't have gotten the Ramones. And then things moved back to big arena rock bands. I think Nintendo's just going to keep Nintendoing. But at the end of the day, I'm a big fan of the believing in the pendulum effect. That's just me. It's a way of things just organically riding the ship. Medieval Alchemist, what's up, brother? Stopping in to say hi. Hopefully we'll be back soon. You better. It's mandatory. Mandatory fun. Long gaming sessions on old 360, 6+ hours. The Titan, what's up, brother? Popping in and out. Have you touched on what Amazon did to some of the digital media? Like Doctor Who because of an expiring license issue. Digital is only good as a backup. Well, I mean, we talked about this. We talked about PlayStation deleting 551 titles because of a licensing, right? Yeah. But yeah, Amazon too. It's not just PlayStation, right? We're not just here to like give old Sony a bloody nose. The best with old games was getting the game, the manual, the extra paperwork. Now you get nothing. Yeah. And there are a lot of companies that have already sort of been conditioning people where you get like, you know, this massive exclusive ultimate version, and it comes with the statue and this and that, but there's no disc, right? You get like a little tchotchke or a bauble or a fucking, you know, dolly, but you don't get a disc. They've been conditioning players for this for a while. It's not entirely new. PlayStation just said, whatever, we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off. I miss the days when all technical difficulties with your system were solved by simply blowing lightly on the game cartridge. Exactly. Yep. Like a pan flute, and just blow across that sucker. Even though Nintendo always said don't do that because you would blow dust further into the pins, but it always worked. Embargo says, for whatever reason, there was a distinctive cutoff for me. Anything post Xbox One, I bought digitally, but anything before, I'd rather have physical. I could see that. Do you think a lot of that is the convenience? Like the One, the Series X, the PS5, so on and so forth, like being really geared for like digital network purchasing? Yeah, I never had a red ring of death with my Xbox before, says Son of GTO. There you go, buddy. Being a physical games guy, says Billy, the upcoming change will just force me into retro. My physical backlog is more than I can finish in a lifetime anyway. Exactly. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They're going backwards. It's not just gaming, toys too. I and many others talk at length, you know, toy companies, specifically one that wants to be a gaming company, talking about physical media and gaming. They want to produce less, make it cheaper, right? Which means that it's of lower quality, and charge you more. Well, you've got decades and decades worth of awesome toys behind you. A lot of people are starting to look in that direction. You know, rather than being that, you know, little piggy at the trough waiting for, the next freaking QVC live stream so it can sell out on me. That's the thing. Once you start like taking advantage of your customer base, treating them poorly. I mean, this is all discretionary, right? This is all hobbies. Steven says it's all about taking every penny they can in total control. Yeah. I mean, you're just paying for a license, right? At that point. But here's another funny thing. Look at this article. This is from 2024. Now, PlayStation wanted to say like, no. People, they don't like the versions with the disc. Disc editions make up 82% of all PS5 console sales. Of course, the article is almost 2 years old. But this is the article I had available. So it is what it is. They just like to say that, oh, no, people don't want physical. They don't want physical anymore. Are you sure? Or are you just changing the narrative? We talk a lot about changing narratives, right? The message. And it doesn't matter what the message is. You know, I mean, we just looked at an 8-second clip from some guy like outright lying. But that's the message, right? That's the narrative. Oh, waited till I was gone from his chat to talk shit about me. Motherfucker, you never announced yourself. And this isn't an airport. You don't got to announce yourself. But it's the same thing with this. Just like we looked at the whole, Supergirl is going to outperform Spider-Man. Superman, presented by James Gunn's DC by James Gunn, is going to make $1 billion. It's all about the message, the framing, what they want you to believe. Disc editions of the PlayStation 5 make up a majority of its console sales in the United States. Okay, well, I mean, that seems pretty straightforward, right? You guys want to see some charts? You want to see some graphs? I got some graphs. Oh, yeah. Here's another thing, right? You're talking about smart TVs. I miss my TV not lagging or glitching out when it's updating. 100%, man. I always know that one of my TVs is doing some kind of fuckery update in the background or whatever when I turn it on and I try to go to like Amazon Prime and it's like, no, I'm thinking about it. Yeah. Yeah, that's that bullshit. But then again, I have DVD players. I have a VHS. That kind of stuff. Hi, what's the matter? Why do you look sad? Come here. What's wrong? Sorry. My dog's all poopy. Possible Pie says, I listen to streaming music for free all the time, but I'm not selling my CDs, DVDs, or games. Yeah, I mean, I have Apple Music, but I have a massive CD library. Sure. Dust tapes. Another downside of digital-only games is that music licenses can expire. Grand Theft Auto, right? That's a perfect example, yeah. And developers have to remove copyrighted songs through updates, changing the game's experience. Agreed. Yeah, that's happened to GTA. Jeffy says Cyberpunk did it right. Here's your disc. Here's your broken ass game. Here's all sorts of lore about the game, postcards, etc. Yeah, they did fix their broken ass game, but yes, that's true. They did. They absolutely did. Browncoat. Personally, I bought my PS5 with a disc drive just so I can play my DVDs. Sure. It's smart. It makes sense. PlayStation were the first ones to do that. And now they're like, nah. But again, they'll do the pivot to Rockstar. Oh, no, it's because of GTA 6. Oh, look, GTA 6 made $1 billion in one day on pre-sales because nobody wants physical. No. Again, it's the narrative. It's the message. Nobody wants physical, in air quotes, is because you didn't offer it. You held them at gunpoint in Minecraft and said, if you want Grand Theft Auto 6, this is the only way you're going to get it. Has nothing to do with no one wants physical. It has to do with that's the message they want you to believe. Embargo, regardless of whether I'm buying physical games or not, I will always prefer to have a disc system because it doubles as a Blu-ray player. Absolutely. Music CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, fucking photo CDs. You guys remember those? You remember photo CDs that you get from the old Whirl Greens? Sure, they'll play fucking photo CDs. Whatever. Fine. Mr. Strauko, my PS5 is all digital. Been digital for a while so the kids wouldn't lose the scratch discs. And see, that I can understand. Right? Those of us with like little booger-eating rugrats, sure. I get it. Totally understand that. Chad is still live. Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, you always get the physical media version of Chad, kids. Blake Tarpley loves his ever-growing record collection. I buy used, buy new, reissued, etc. I play records every day. I have the biggest 80s collection in a 30-foot radius over here. Dude, I love you, man. You're always so witty. Yeah, LPs have their own kind of awesomeness, the sound, the needle going on, even cassettes. I still got a boombox. I need to dig that out. So, yeah. JJ Dubecki, I dumped a ton of CDs years ago thinking streaming was the way. I spent the last couple of years trying to claw them back. I feel you, man. 100%. Oh, Big M. Uses his Chad Chat channel member for 26 months. Not to flex, but I still have my VHS rewinder. Yeah, remember those? And the whole thing was like, oh, but if you get this VHS rewinder, it won't wear out your actual VCR. Mm-hmm. Yep. Look, I'm just saying, I want to go back to pagers, and you can still get pagers. You know, this chronically online, constantly available, anybody can reach out and touch you, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't think we were designed to live like that. You always got to be, plugged in, turned on, all that stuff. 100% no. Any of you who ever call me on the phone, which is like maybe a couple of you in here, you guys all know my phone is always on Do Not Disturb. Always. You want to talk to me? Leave a voicemail. Send me a text. Always on Do Not Disturb. I'll look at it when I look at it. The Titan says people don't want those space-taking discs. Considering they won't house or eat real meat, bugs are yummy. And how ownership is such a burden and so 20th century. Get fucked.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Man, it's pretty insensitive. Today's haul, Among the Living, Speak English or Die and Kill Them All. CD, vinyl, cassette. What'd you get those in? Speak English or Die. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Raymond says, hello, Wolverines. What's up, brother? Good to see you. If I didn't just play a clip, you know what I would fire out for you. Scott Hughes says the claims about how great streaming is going is because they're not telling the whole story. If streaming is all that's available and you want the material, you're forced to buy digital. Yeah, agreed. And that coincides with every time I and we, right, discuss exceptions, not rules. There's always exceptions, not rules. Shit, my favorite intellectual property ever, G.I. Joe. And it was like, oh, well, you got to get into classified. You're not a real fan if you don't buy classified. Before Super 7 was doing Reaction Plus O-rings and Haya was piss poorly only in Western or Eastern markets doing the Modern Construction 4-inch Joes, everyone's argument was, well, that's what G.I. Joe is now. If you want new toys, you got to buy 1/12 scale. You have to buy classified. And it's like, if you're only ever fed peanut butter sandwiches for your whole life, that's all you know, peanut butter sandwiches. Like, it doesn't mean there's nothing else out there. And that's exactly how it is. And speaking of which, Scott, bam! Look at that, huh? Look at that graph, boy. PlayStation, games and network services revenues by type yearly. And here's the thing. We talked about this numerous times yesterday. You can find this all over the place. Comic sales, movie tickets, adjusted gross, non-adjusted gross, video game sales, not toys. All you see are their quarterly earnings, blah, 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 blah. You don't see this. You don't see hard numbers and graphs like this. But here's the big one. So look at 2024 down here on the end. Now, when we look at hardware and digital sales, these two right here specifically, this is the hardware sales from the beginning of FY24 through the end of FY24. So 22, 23, it went up and up. Throughout 2024, it stayed pretty steady around 8,700. But that's not a year, right? Now, when we look up here at digital kind of fluctuates, right? So 2021, 5252, 22, 8297, 23, 8390, And then here you go, 24. So it actually went down. Right? Hardware staying about the same. It went up and then it's kind of leveled. But digital went down. And that's the stuff that they don't want you to see, that because they just want you to see this. Well, as you were. They want you to see this right here. Nobody wants digital, or nobody wants physical. Everybody wants digital, but it's not true. Right? Again, when we talk about all these people with agendas, you know, enforcing their message on everybody, and you better get on with the program, they don't like when you have quantifiable proof that shows that's not accurate. They don't like seeing this shit because it fucking kills them. Kills them. Yeah, and I'm sorry, these are all in millions, even though I'm just breaking it down to the numbers that are on screen. So it's like 8,791,000, et cetera, et cetera. So now the profits went up, but you see that the digital sales went down because then you have network services, you have others, right? So these are their network services. Their network services went up. Others went down, other software, so on and so forth. But their physical software sales, they did go down between 22 and 23, but they went back up again. So that's kind of how that shit boils down. And then you got numbers of games sold. Yeah. And what's the percentage of digital sales? This is the digitals, right? How many units and then digital percentage. So Spider-Man Miles Morales, only 34% of those sales were digital. The Last of Us 2, 39% were digital. Ghost of Tsushima, fucking woke garbage, 49% digital. Right. But it's not everything. Spider-Man 2020, 34% digital. God of War, 34%. On and on and on. Uncharted 4, only 17% digital. That's not a lot. Right. So it hovers right around 35%. Right. And then you look at all the net sales, things like that. Yeah. I still have a reel to reel. Wow. That's awesome. Possible Pie sold all his cassettes. Matthew Mahler says, I'm not buying a pager. I would buy a pager. 100%. I can't even say that I use my cell phone as a pager because, like I said, it's always on Do Not Disturb. And then I get yelled at. I do. Mm-hmm. I get messages, answer your phone. Most of their digital sales are from DLC extras. That is a big portion of that too. Yeah, absolutely. CC Grimm says, you know, some things are literally only on physical. Well, unless someone uploads it onto YouTube or something, there's VHS movies that never made it to DVD. That's true. That is true. Milt Connors, I've got over 300 Fortnite skins. In a blink, it could all be gone. And I'll still bitch about paying $20 for the Lord scale. You know what that sounds like?
That's that bullshit.
No, that's exactly what that sounds like. That bullshit. Chris from Cutthroat Comics says, digital sucks. Why you got a pager? Are you a drug dealer? No. I'm just saying. If I only had a pager, then I'd be like, oh, sorry, I'll call you when I call you. There's no payphones anymore. Kind of a thing. Matthew says if people didn't want physical media, there wouldn't be retro game stores. People would just go buy the emulator with 700 games on them for $20. I have a Retro Pi. I absolutely have a Retro Pi, but I also have systems and physical games and, you know, peripherals and all that stuff too. So, yeah. Very many ways, very rarely the way. Ken the Band says, I used to sell pagers and voicemail. I made a killing in the 90s. Oh, yeah, man. Remember all those pop-up pager stores? That was the shit. And then Jeff wants to know, did you wear a windbreaker, combo suit, and Ray-Bans? If I had a digital copy of the 86 Transformers movie, or I had, the app it was on quit working and I can't watch it. Luckily, I have my VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray copies of the movie. And Tubi. Isn't it on Tubi? I don't know. But again, that's not the point, right? Yeah. It's a beeper, not a pager. Where did you get this motorcycle? It's a chopper, baby. Yeah, exactly. Now, this is the thing that I found funny. So after all this bullshit with PlayStation, going discless, telling you like, hey, you don't own shit. By the way, we're removing all this stuff from our stores too. So it gets worse and worse. Then our network went down. You can't access fuck all. This, right? They don't want people seeing that article. They definitely don't want people seeing this or this. Xbox. Developing new leak says Xbox Project Helix will be coming with a disk drive. There had been rumors, now it's confirmed. Xbox will have a disk drive and PlayStation will not. I never believed in the console war bullshit. Never did. I mean, I got my PlayStations, my Xboxes, my Nintendos. But this is the shit that PlayStation did back in the day when they did that flex at, what was it, CES? Where the guy walked up and he just said $299 and he walked away. This is the stuff that Sony used to do back in the day that made PlayStation what it was. They would pull these flexes. And now you know that everybody over at Microsoft's Xbox division is just like, they're like that dude behind the tree meme. Oh, yeah, come on, Sony. Screw the pooch. Robert's Infinite Realms, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Raymond says, sort of related, people like Alice Cooper don't even have a cell phone. If you need to reach him, go call his friends at a golf course. Hey, one of the guys who ran my record label doesn't even drive. Owns a car, doesn't drive. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is someone staring at a Belle Biv DeVoe cover band or starting all this beeper talk? No. Nobody wants to talk about BBD or Boys to Men or ABC. If you know, you know. Yep. Watches Microsoft give 2 gigantic middle fingers to Sony. It's smart. I don't know shit from Shinola about this Arsha Sharma chick. All I know is that she's trying to fire a bunch of people and then get a bunch of shady visas. That's probably going to blow up in her face, but that's a different story, right? That's a conversation for another time regarding, you know, Xbox Studios and all their bullshittery. If Microsoft does this, what's WZ? I don't know what that is. Yeah. CC Grimm's got to head out. All right, Wolverine's got to head out. Catch you on the replay. You know what? I'm going to give you this on your way out the door.
Wolverines. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Thanks for being here, brother. Never trust a big butt and a smile. Did she have a big old dump truck? I don't know, man. I look, when Scott Hughes says something, I believe it. So yeah. The point is, this was the stuff that Sony used to do back in the day. Now, again, the pendulum effect, like I talked about earlier, I believe in that. I believe it's the world's way of writing things. I think Xbox, they're being smart about it, but Xbox has a long road ahead of it. I mean, it already gave up its quote unquote what used to be #1 exclusive with Halo, gave that up to everybody else. It's no longer exclusive, and now it just sucks. Accidentally entered before finishing. Oh, if they do that, watch everyone rush over to Xbox and Sony offer a disk drive. I bet you they would. But they'd have to make it a peripheral. They'd have to make it an external. I mean, once they design the console, I mean, that's it. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how it unfolds. And all of this stuff has happened before with, you know, Microsoft and the Red Rings of Death. We talked about that. And it was like, oh yeah, this is the end for Xbox. Like, they're never going to recover from that. They recovered. The 360 was a fantastic system with an amazing library. When Xbox tried to pull this, oh yeah, our next system's going to be always online. It has to always be online. If it doesn't communicate to servers, it's, you know, going to get up and walk out of your house or whatever the fuck. You know, they pivoted away from that. At the end of the day, I don't know if Sony's going to stick with that because they're getting so much backlash. But it still facilitates the conversation about physical media. If these companies don't want to do physical media anymore, fuck it, man. I mean, how big is the NES library? Big. There's a lot of games out there. You guys could go reacquaint yourself with old school Pitfall on the 2600, you know. HollowNet says, I was told Xbox is quitting console gaming. Are you serious? No. Mm-mm. Are you joking, HollowNet? Or are you being serious about that? Does the old smut magazine that I found in the woods count as physical media? Does it? I'm asking for a friend.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, it counts. It counts. Yeah. It absolutely counts. Public service announcement for all you Dolly lovers. Justice Curry, Justin Carey, you guys know who he is. He's selling a shit ton of 4-inch Marvel figures. Go check it out. There you go. Public service announcement from my boy. Stop it, Justin. Stop singing that. I find the Microsoft only online controversy funny. They were just a few years ahead. Look at gaming now. Exactly. But they did pivot away from that. Yeah, it is almost 800 titles on the NES. Yeah. Because my boy Jay Bartlett, went and hunted them all. Sure did. And he did the 64. Now he's doing Super Nintendo. They should go back to carts. We'll never go back to carts. Carts can't hold the data. Yeah, you know how it is. Everybody wants, you know, individually rendered blades of grass and all the pores on some ugly, woke gaming company's lesbian protagonist. They want to see all her chin hairs and shit. Yeah. Yeah. Xbox is going to make millions on Fable and GTA 6. I mean, Rockstar's already making billions on GTA 6, right? It is what it is. So there it is. 677 North American titles for NES, 1,370 worldwide. Boom. The point is, there's more than enough physical media. I mean, books, records, cassettes, CDs, VHS tapes, a fucking Betamax, Laserdisc. I don't know, right? There's tons of stuff that we can watch, you know, watch, read, listen to. It's kind of one of those things, you know what I mean? Let's get rid of this. Oh, boop. Yeah. So we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I want you guys to watch a couple of videos. This first video is from How Money Works. We're not going to watch the whole video. It's 20 minutes. We're just going to watch the first couple of minutes, but it's what the F is happening to the video game industry. Yeah. and we're just gonna check it out a little bit. It's story time with shared videos. Jeffy has to go do Dungeons and Dragons things now. Have a great day, everyone, except for you, Steve. Yeah, screw you, Steve, the intern. Nobody wants you around. Steve, the intern's okay. He's pretty cool. We should all start collecting 8 tracks. How excited would you be, Embargo, if for Monday's mandatory fun, I hold up a freaking 8-track? It would be Journey. It would absolutely be Journey. It would not be Kiss. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. All right, let's check this out.
Listing. In such a rapidly growing space, a year in annual.
Everyone, somebody let me know you can hear it.
Depending on what you actually count as a video game, the industry is now generating somewhere between $200 and $350 billion a year in annual revenue.
No Kiss.
Making it by far the largest entertainment sector in the world, regardless of whatever your exact definitions may be. More people are playing video games than ever before. They are playing them for longer, and the not-so-secret reality is that video game companies have gotten a lot better at getting money out of them while they are. The vast majority of revenue in this industry now comes from in-game purchases and advertising, even amongst games that already have an upfront purchase cost or a recurring subscription. Now, obviously, this hasn't been great for gamers, but at least a growing user base of people playing longer, spending more, and getting advertised to all across more platforms has been good for the shareholders, right? Wrong. Some of the largest companies in the industry have experienced huge stock declines, multiple rounds of restructuring, narrowly avoided bankruptcy, mass layoffs, and divestitures. Over what should have been the best half-decade in the history of the industry, the overall market is down by as much as 30% from its peak, in the same time that the broader market has more than doubled.
And that's another argument right there. Sorry, I had to go check on my dog. That's another argument right there. Yeah, okay, in-game purchases, advertising, all this stuff, but you see all these studios closing. This kind of goes back to yesterday's conversation, the whole DEI and all that stuff. DEI hires. Right. Equity and equality aren't the same thing, right? Someone who is hired because of equity, because of checking boxes, doesn't mean that they have the skill, which means they can't work as efficiently as people who have the skill and the experience. You're wasting a lot of money. Producing games costs more money, on and on and on. So you have, these smaller game studios, they try to put out a game. They think, oh yeah, I mean, this is going to be it. This is going to carry us for 2 years. I mean, look at like Concord. How much money did they spend on Concord? That game was gone. Boom, gone. And you get a lot of these games and they just flop. And so you see game studios just closing left and right.
So, how is it possible that even with record sales, record new revenue streams, record numbers of new players, and record new opportunities to monetize that new audience, video game companies have still managed to screw this up so badly?
Yep.
Video game maker Electronic Arts announcing a $55 billion deal to go private in what is said to be the largest leveraged buyout deal in Wall Street history.
More than 150 million Americans are estimated to play video games. 60% of them do so every day.
Xbox is playing with fire, putting ads, a mobile gaming tactic, into their platform.
Yep.
Electronic Arts and Take-Two Interactive both make a staggering 75% of their money from what's called microtransactions.
Microsoft announcing it is cutting a
EA makes 75% of its money from microtransactions. But EA also, they got hemmed up real bad after Battlefront 2. I mean, other countries were basically suing them. So, yeah, we're only going to watch a couple more minutes of this one.
about 4,800 jobs, or roughly 2.1% of the company's global workforce. The layoffs include 1,600 Xbox workers, with more
1,600
expected later
employees from
this
the
year.
Xbox division.
So, like every good shameless business video essayist, I am going to try and make what should be a pretty basic industry analysis into something bigger and more grandiose than it probably actually is, including the standard issue commentary on society itself.
Aw.
So, you've been warned, I guess. But in this case, there genuinely are a few factors beyond just a handful of companies making a long list of dumb decisions to create the worst of times in what should be the best of times. So,
There's a lot of Microsoft
the logical
there
place
on
to
that
start
screen.
is that long list of dumb decisions. Video game companies have seen that their product involves software, people coding, and development cycles, and concluded that they are basically just tech companies. They have also seen that they have IP, storylines, and fans, and have concluded that they are media companies. Conveniently, tech companies are worth lots of money. So, a lot of the businesses in this...
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we're not going to get into his analysis, just kind of the high-level overview of what's been going on with the video game industry, which... it's kind of good to add that to the conversation. Yeah, Sony wants to go all digital. Yep, Xbox has had dumb decisions before. A lot of these companies do. Everybody remember the Wii U? I know a lot of people liked the Wii U, but the point is that it was poorly marketed. Everybody thought it was just like some weird update peripheral thing for the Wii, and they were like, no, I don't need it. Most people didn't even realize it was a completely different console. Hollinet says cartridges are too limited. I think most Super Nintendo games were 8 meg cartridges. I remember buying Super Street Fighter Turbo 16 meg for $85 in 19. Yep. Super Street Fighter Turbo, 100%. But even some of the earlier like PlayStation 1 games, I don't remember if it was Metal Gear Solid or Metal Gear Solid 2, but that had to get compressed a lot just to make it onto the disc. So yeah. Then it was Metal Gear Solid 2. I just caught myself. Titan says DEI is expensive. Suppressing speech, falsely accusing people of racism, and embezzling takes time and money. Well, a lot of it is, think about how much technology that you have at your fingertips at any given moment on any day. Most of us don't even make use of 20% of that power that's in front of us. And then when you get people into these positions and they're supposed to be like coding games and things like this, they're supposed to be, good at these jobs. I can't type. So if I can't type, do you think I can code? No. You have to be able to type well to code. Just that kind of shit. Transformer the movie 86 is also on YouTube to watch free. Sorry, was behind. Oh, is it on the Hasbro channel? Yep. 360 games used to have multiple discs too. I remember LA Noire had 3 discs. LA Noire was based as shit. Based as shit. Yeah. There you go. Steven says, I've been buying PS1 and PS3 for the past 7 years. Batstan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Now we're going to watch a little bit from the Real Life Fake Wizard. I like him. He's fun. He's funny. I like his dry humor. And there's just a couple of parts in this that I want to watch with you guys, and then we'll move on. Hollinet says Concord, fastest server shutdown in gaming history. Yeah, you ain't kidding, man. The Titan says, Chad, you can code just very slowly using that T-Rex typing method. Yeah, right. Dude, I have a hard time typing out the words for a poll without a typo. Forget it, man. There's no way. Really feels like the world has turned into part Ready Player One, part Matrix, part Idiocracy. I feel that. I absolutely feel that. All right, let's check out a little bit of Real Life Fake Wizard.
Soft boxes still got discs. North American new game.
Here we go.
Hello, I'm the Real Life Fake Wizard.
Hello there.
On July 1st, 2026, Sony Interactive Entertainment posted a blog announcing that starting January 2028, physical disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will end.
Which we talked about.
New games after that date hit the PlayStation Store and retailers in digital formats. On July 31st, 2026, during the Q1 earnings Q&A, Sony CFO Lin Tao got asked about the backlash and through an interpreter, told investors they had thought about it, they understood the emotions, and they were going to cautiously move forward anyway.
There you go. So Sony's CEO was asked about the backlash of going all digital. They said that they heard it, they understood, but they're going to cautiously move forward anyway. This might be one of those situations like Xbox and the, pardon me, always online. It's kind of those, standby to standby, wait to be seen. But I want to move to right about here.
Flagship show, a 4-day festival of fandom. Organizers were expecting more than 50,000
This is where they asked people
attendees
at this
which
con.
is a pretty large show and a very good sample size to interview about their gaming beliefs. Of this, we got to interview 110 different people across a few days. We started off our discussion by asking people specifically, do they prefer physical media or digital media?
Right.
Do you care about owning physical discs, or are you happy with digital downloads?
I'd say physical. I still keep all my DVDs that I've had, and I still buy them when I get a chance.
Definitely physical media. I'd say so, yeah. Physical all the way.
100%. There's something satisfying about the tangibility of a physical disc and having a collection that you could like have on your shelf. Like as someone who tries to be a little bit more on the minimalist side, I like not having as much physical
Shut
stuff
up,
as
Qui-Gon
well, and
Jinn.
like just needing less space to store things.
Physical media.
Physical media.
I like
Physical,
to have,
physical.
you know, like if I'm buying like a collector's edition of something, I like to have all the little knickknacks that come with it.
Oh, see, now that's an interesting point.
Ah.
Yeah, as the physical discs go away, the collector's editions are going to change.
Here we go.
In fact, they've been conditioning this behavior of buying empty collector's editions for some time.
Yep.
Back in 2020 and 2021, Ubisoft told UK Xbox buyers that the collector's editions of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, and Far Cry 6
She did.
would
She said,
not
"You been here
include
4
a
hours."
disc. You paid collector money for the statue and the art book, and the game in the package
Digital.
was a digital key. PlayStation versions of those same Ubisoft boxes still
Exactly.
got discs. North America still got discs, but UK Xbox gamers got a download code. But
Yep.
that was 5 and 6 years ago. If we look at just this past year, they're selling collector packages that do not include the game at all. Borderlands 4 has a collector's edition that has no game in it at a price point of $150.
Get
This
outta
includes
here.
a statue, a necklace, a map, some lithographs, and a code for some golden
I'll play
keys
Borderlands
in the
1.
game. The game itself is
Yeah.
sold separately. Randy
Sold
Pitchford
separately.
called it a collector's edition on social media. And then, after a bit of criticism, Gearbox tried claiming it was mislabeled, and it's actually just a, quote, bundle, assuming that that means anything
It's
else.
none of that.
But
It doesn't
then
have a game
there's
at all.
Xbox, who, under Phil Spencer, didn't even attempt to hide the lack of discs. Starfield Constellation Edition for $300 included a download code and no disc.
$300.
Avowed Premium Edition, $99 for a steelbook and a code in the box. Indiana Jones Collector's Edition, $130, code in the box.
Nope.
Flight Simulator 2024 Premium Deluxe Steelbook, $130, but it's a code in the box.
Yeah.
When we look at Nintendo and the game key card controversies where you're buying physical editions that trigger the downloads right on the cartridge, at least it triggers the download. I mean, it's still terrible.
What's up,
and
Slade?
the
What's
game
going
key
on, man?
cards are not consumer friendly at all, but it is better than a single time use download code.
Uh-huh.
Xbox collectors
Because
editions
think of
are
what
getting-
that's going to do to resellers as well. Right. You can't buy a game, play a game for a little while, and then be like, oh, okay, I'm done with this game and these other 3 games, and I'm going to take them. I'm going to go to, either a mom and pop game store or GameStop or something like that, and I'm going to trade them in and get a new game so I can play, right? It's that whole circle of life with gaming. Nope. One use digital code. That's it. I thought all these people were supposed to be like environmentalists too, right? You're just wasting packaging for nothing. There's nothing in the packaging. Or you buy a game and it's absolute shit. You're stuck with it. Yeah, right? That's another thing to point out. The man bought me the Callisto Protocol, and she was like, oh, this game looked cool. And I was like, cool, I'll try it out. And I tried it out. I was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Go play Super Mario 2. What the hell is even that? What, this guy on the screen? That's a real life fake wizard. I don't know what you're talking about. It's vague. I was done with games after the last 3 Dark Souls and Bulletstorm, like done with gaming entirely, or just done with like modern day games. There's a difference. Yeah. Oh, Patrick Strauko, that sucks. Both GameStops and the only mom and pop shop in my town closed this year. That's weird that it all kind of happened. Like you would think if all the GameStops closed, the mom and pop shop would get more business, but either way, man, that sucks. That sucks. Brandon R says next gen console could have cartridges if they do it right. Cartridge is just a plastic case for the chips inside. Next gen cart could resemble old. Yeah, the SSD. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I see what you're getting at there. All right. Let me move a little bit further on this guy.
Is the flip of a switch. You can spend $1,000 buying these new consoles.
Sorry, back it up.
Fail safes inside the new systems that will knock out disk usage if they see fit. Perhaps all of these media preservation discussions are moot points because Xbox and really
I see
the
what you're saying,
gaming
Raymond.
apparatuses at hand have us by the balls. Now, Xbox has since announced that they are fixing that feature so it never happens again, even if Xbox services are down. But the identification of that problem remains. All it takes is the flip of a switch. You can spend $1,000 buying these new consoles, and you don't even own those either. But let's get back to the people.
Yeah,
For
they'll
this
just
next
brick
segment,
your
we started
fucking console.
asking people how do they feel about PlayStation ending production of physical discs come 2028.
I mean, I'm sure it's a great idea to the guy making all the money, but not a great idea for someone who has to, play the games.
Bingo.
Negative. Very, very terrible choices.
Makes things a lot more convenient, but again, you need to talk to people. So again, mixed opinions.
Okay. I got a question for all of yous.
Making all the money, but not a great idea for someone who has to, play the games. Negative. Very, very terrible choices.
Shania Seidel Twaindencies. Is this a costume? Is this kid costuming as a McDonald's employee? Or is he a McDonald's employee that got off work and came to a con? Thoughts? What do you think? I want to know. Is he costuming? Did he just get off work? Does he smell like apple pies and French fries? Wait, you could cosplay as a McDonald's worker? Yeah, absolutely. Right? It's a good idea for the people making all the money. He's the fry cook. He's off of work. He's got baby hands. So he's not a worker. Is that what you're saying? He does have very small hands. Like, yeah. What did Austin Powers say about Carney's small hands smell like cabbage? Yeah. He's a grimace. No kids are working at McDonald's anymore. It's all immigrants, at least in South Florida. You know, the one by my house, we only really go there to get ice cream cones for the dogs because, they're spoiled ass dogs. It's mostly kids. Mostly kids at mine. He's looking for the McDonald Land game. Probably. Crystal Clear cosplays as a Walmart associate on a daily basis. Anyway, I just, he's 13 and an assistant manager. Has he ever seen boobs? Well, I don't know. It is 2026. I mean, in real life, though, like Stan Lee was talking about comics. It's one thing to see him on a screen.
Makes things a lot more convenient, but again, you need to talk to people. So again, mixed opinions.
I mean, it's a console. The thing about consoles, back in the day, you used to be able to just put the disc in and play.
Yep.
But nowadays, they're just removing that. So I highly disagree with that.
I think I gave up on console gaming 5 years ago.
Right.
It's all PC now for me. That's kind of sad. PlayStation started its whole thing about being a disc.
Okay, I gave up on console gaming 5 years ago, says frickin' Din Djarin. It's all PC for me. Well, okay. Isn't that mostly like Steam, things like that? And was that like a way of dodging that? Was this from Joe Fest? No, dude, come on. You know that's not Joe Fest. Nicotronis' answer, has that kid ever seen boobs? His answer is online and his mom's.
Community, and community.
Damn, man. Oh, you wanted to hear Grogu's opinion? He doesn't have an opinion. Come on. You know that.
Console. Like, it was the disc console in an era of cartridge games.
That's right.
You're not going to have the ability to own something anymore, so it's not good in general, but it also takes away the novelty of it. So
I like digital game better, so I'm not really mad, but I'm like, man, like you're taking now away something that.
What the shit is that right here? You guys see what I'm circling with my mouse? What is that? Why is Pedro Pascal such a fucking creepy weirdo? Oh my God. It looks like Joe Fest to me. It's not Joe Fest. Stop it. Zero says, I still have physical PC games. My PC is old and still has a DVD drive. Right. I get that. But, you know, when somebody flexes and like, I gave up on console gaming, you're generally talking like Steam, right? Yeah. GOG, Steam, things like that. Pedro cements it. It's fucking, it's Joe Fest. Yeah. Pedro the fucking PDF, man. Oh my Lord. Is this the fabled DF? No, man, it's none of those. Stop it. Embargo says, you guys stop it. That's the straightest man in Hollywood. He looks like he needs an adult. This kid needs an adult to save him from this guy behind him. Oh my Lord. Pedro Pascal, kids. It's like syphilis. You can't get away from it.
I don't know, man. Seems kind of gay to me.
Daniel Collins says this kid will be mad when he loses a game he paid $80 for and can't do shit about it. Yeah, exactly. Or they lose the licensing agreement and, you know, a library of hundreds of movies just boop, gone overnight. They don't care what you paid for. It's the same thing with Apple. Yeah. So glad I gave up on consoles after the first Xbox, says HoloNet. Of course, I was hooked on World of Warcraft for a decade. Yeah. Bigum with the flex. The peak of PC gaming involved dying of dysentery. I hope everyone gets that reference. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. Fucking Oregon Trail, man. Come on. Anyway, let's get back to this kid.
Kind of cool.
In theory, I disagree. But I mean, games are already so big that they don't really like fit on discs anyway. You know, it's just like, even since the Xbox One era, it's been basically just confirming that you have it. So, I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of just a waste of materials.
I think it's a really bad decision.
No. Because the campaign's on the disc and you got to download the campaign from the disc. Come on now. Don't be that guy. Games are too big.
Just kind of doing it as a money grab. This guy's kind of evil a little bit.
I think it's a very greedy decision.
What's up,
and it
Adam?
takes away the options for people to share, which is something that they really just dogged on Xbox years ago. And it seems very hypocritical. I think from a business standpoint, I think it's what they've always wanted. And I'm against it because I'm a collector. I've got a room dedicated to these physical items.
Yep.
And when you come to some place like this and you meet the voice actor, I can't bring my digital copy to have it signed.
When you have a digital copy of something, it never really feels like you even own it. Like it's just, it can go away at any time.
Bro. She looks like she's about 3.5 seconds away from yelling at the barista. Oh, about that face. She can't smile. Look at her face. Oh, hey, kids. Look, it's He Dude. Patrick Strauko says, I can't watch any of the 30-some movies I bought on PS4 and on my PS5. There you go. So you bought movies from the PlayStation Network when it was on PS4, and now you can't watch them on your PS5? What the fuck is that, man? The Titan says she really looks like she's staring more at that guy's wig and wondering why she's with him. Maybe. Ask her to define what a woman is. She-Man. Anyway, got to have some fun with it, right? It's mandatory.
They can take it away from you whenever they want, really.
I'll probably move on. I want to say it matters. I think it sucks, but I unfortunately just kind of
Can you quit saying that I look like Buffalo Bill? Because it's not funny. You're not funny at all. And you're not original.
You guys know. Come on, you know. You know. He said it sucks. Bazing. Yeah. This guy said he won't do anything about it. Not surprised. This guy's wearing arm sleeves. What the fudge is that? I bet they always dress. Yeah, it's furry force. It's the furious furry force. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I don't really have an opinion because I guess I'll just not do anything about it, you know.
I got to move with the trends of the industry, unfortunately.
I don't like it at all. I think it's cheap. I think it's them trying to take away power from the player. I don't like it at all. And I don't like that they are constantly dodging the question, constantly dodging all the comments on Twitter. It's cowardly.
Boom.
You know, that's a good point there. The not taking responsibility with the community kind of thing. We actually have some motivation behind this from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier. In early July 2026, after the PlayStation blog announced that January 2028 would see the end of disc production, Sony's public position was a decision based on, quote, consumer preferences and, quote, aligning more closely with how most of our community prefers to access games. That's their words.
See, that's how Sony tried to frame it. Aligns with consumer preferences, right? Yeah, well.
That's what they said. Schreier then challenged that, saying that taking away a choice is not aligning with anyone. Even the people who already buy digital goods get no
Jason
victory
Schreier's
here
a fucking
because the
shill,
secondary
too.
markets cause price competition. When everything is digital, that price difference goes away. He also claimed that Sony believes internally with this model
That was
the
that community.
angry minority of people upset about this adjustment is a minority that they think they can afford to
Vocal
lose.
minority, right?
Understand
That's
that
what all
means?
these companies say.
Means if
Vocal
you're upset
minority.
about this
It's just a very
PlayStation
loud
disc thing
vocal
going away
minority.
and you perhaps leave PlayStation, they're willing to lose you to own the rest of the marketplace.
See you later, Vargo.
Schreier's math using industry estimates is that on a $70 first-party physical game, the retailer takes about 30%, manufacturing eats a few bucks, and Sony walks away with roughly $45.50. When that same game is sold digitally on the PlayStation Store, Sony keeps nearly the whole $70 because they own the game and the store. This model is applicable to games like Spider-Man, God of War, and Horizon. But with third-party games, and also consider here most games at scale are third-party games, a licensing cut is in the neighborhood of about 15%, meaning Sony gets about 10 or 11 bucks on a $70 game.
No
When
matter
the
what.
same sale is digital, the platform cut is closer to 30%
Boom.
because Sony owns the store. They
There you
make
go.
closer to $21 on a $70 game. And this is the same for
So then instead of just for the licensing, they have to make sure that Sony gets more money because the game is digital only and it only exists on Sony's PSN network. Yep.
Steam and Nintendo and Xbox as well. It's just the math here was coming from Sony. Steam also has a 30% platform fee. Xbox also has a 30%
There you go.
platform
Steam has a
fee.
30%
At this time, I
platform
believe
fee.
Nintendo has the same, but I don't have those numbers in front of me, and we're still recording. But in many ways, that is all part of the point. You could get Spider-Man PlayStation 4 for $14. It's the better version of the game, by the way. And Spider-Man 2, you can get for $27 at GameStop right now today.
There you
But
go.
on digital, those games hardly go on sale for more than $10 or $20 off at most.
Yep.
When Sony is the only storefront, they control all the prices too.
So right now, third-party retailer, you can get a game for less than what it's going to cost you on those consoles network stores. All right. That's that, it's good for the people making the money, but not the ones who are buying it, just like that guy dressed up as Wolverine said at the beginning. Mother Slug says, it's a good thing I don't play anything AA or AAA. Oh my God, you have that fucking dude in your picture. Hi, thanks everybody for coming on my transition journey. Oh my God. I know who that is. You know that I know who that is. That's terrible. So what do you play then? Sci-Fi Swamp Man freaking nailed it, boy.
That's that bullshit.
Yeah. So anyway, we're done watching clips of other people's videos, but I just wanted to share that, at the end of the conversation, just to kind of expand on points that we were talking about. JJ says it's corporate capitalism. I fear it's the future. Yeah. Oh, you pay only third-party indie games. Gotcha. The only thing that I play on Steam is, again, Pandemic's original Star Wars Battlefront 2, because just the maps and all that stuff, the mods are freaking awesome on PC. So, but yeah, anyway, that's the moral of the story, right? Go physical. If you gotta, go old school, and do it sooner rather than later, because if Sony pushes ahead with this, a lot of people are going to start looking to the past, and things will just get more expensive, right? It's supply and demand. That's how it works. But yeah. Other than that, we've been going 3 hours. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me. What are we talking about tomorrow? I think it's Friday. I think we're just going to cut loose and BS on Friday tomorrow. The thumbnail is Danny McBride's G.I. Joe. Talk about a couple of these casting rumors, but we'll probably just shoot the shit. Crystal Clear says, I bought the high-end collector's edition of Halo 5 a year or so after it came out. I was annoyed to see it was a digital copy and the game came out in 2015. Womp womp. You know what that is, right? Drew G. Yeah. So again, thank you all for making week 2 of Mandatory Fun. And tomorrow is Friday, and we will close out the week strong. I hope everyone has a great evening. And we didn't see any more airport comments, right? Nobody announced their arrival or departure. Just got back, so no clue what's going on. Winding down. Mother Slug's profile picture is killing me. You mean this one right here? Just got back from shopping and other things and seen nothing interesting at all toy-wise. That sad, I picked up another Sky Striker Hot Wheels. Hey, that's cool. At least you found that. Yeah, toy aisles at the big box retailers are getting more and more pathetic, and they're shrinking. Right? Planograms are changing, especially the boys the boys' toys, the action figure aisle. It's big box retailers should not be de facto toy stores. They just shouldn't. They should have never been that. I understand KB and Toys R Us and all those places are gone, but no. They want you to buy a vacuum cleaner. They don't give a fuck about your dolly. Not even a little. You don't have to change it for me, man. You don't have to change it for me at all. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's really just to have fun with some awesome people and shoot the shit, talk about some subjects. Yeah, mandatory fun's a pretty good time. I'm enjoying the format. I'm glad you all are as well. That being said, tomorrow will be 2 weeks down with mandatory fun. I'll probably put a post on here on YouTube. I'll put a post on my YouTube page here, just asking, what would you guys like to see? Something added, something different, because I like the feedback. And yeah. Buy a vacuum cleaner? No, they can suck it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Justin Booth says, I just got done doing a system test on my Xbox 360. Still freaking works. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Physical media forever, Gilster. You know it, my dude. Absolutely. I got to get out of here in an hour. I got to leave the house. Otherwise, I would just stay and hang out forever. I don't want to say forever. But you guys know how I roll, right? I'll sit here for 6 hours. Kenzo watched this episode of Mandatory Fun on the TV today while painting. Hey, could I be like Viper Island and say that what is it? I'm streamed to over X number of homes across the United States. Could I say that? Probably could. Yeah. We should come up with something like that. Just some ridiculously boisterous claim like, now available in 50 million homes across the United States of America. It's Chad. Anyway, you guys are the best. Remember, don't listen to talking points. Don't worry about people's agendas. Don't worry about people who are so small and pathetic. It's not worth your time. Right. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. And somebody requested something else on the way out the door.
Still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
That's true. Yeah, we're going to have to come up with it. So I'm available in over 50 million homes in the United States and I don't know. We'll just come up with some bullshit number for the UK. It's never over. It's never over. Hello there. How are you? Yeah. Anyway, got to do the post. Yeah. But that being said, again, thank you all truly, truly, truly for making mandatory fun not only a success, but very fun. I mean, fun always comes first, right? Enthusiasm over expertise and all that great stuff. Have an awesome freaking rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow, and we will close out the week. See you later, chat holes. These nuts. I gotta stop reading the chat when I say I'm leaving. Bye, I'm out.
Wolverines! Hell yeah!